One of them being that Edge is going to be addressing Roman Reigns, and as well as that, we've got a last man standing Money in the Bank qualifier. Sami Zayn taking on Kevin Owens. I'm sure we're going to see Bianca Belair. We might even see a Happy Corbin. Who knows? Yeah, as I said, it should be all right. I would imagine that Edge is going to have something to say. I'd imagine it's going to be a very interesting promo. We haven't seen Edge since WrestleMania, so it's been a good few months. So looking forward to seeing Edge. I'm not expecting really any surprises. I'm not expecting any call-ups. I'm not expecting John Cena to return or anything like this. But of course, we are getting closer towards Money in the Bank, and we are getting closer towards fans returning. And once fans return, well, all bets are off. As soon as fans return, then I would imagine that we will see some call-ups, we will see some returns, we will see drama, and yeah, I was just watching NXT. Obviously, Bronson Reed just lost his North American title. I know that he is a firm favourite to get called up. Don't know if we'll be seeing Karrion Kross losing his title anytime soon, but I'd imagine he's looking pretty good for a call-up. Io, you would imagine? Io would be looking pretty good for a call-up as well. She's just in a tag team with Zoe Stark at the moment. So they've definitely got options. There's definitely people that they can call up. There's definitely people that can come back. I am looking at you, Becky Lynch. So there's people that can come back. There's people that can be called up. There's definitely surprises and things that they can do. So we're just kind of waiting for that, really. Just kind of sitting and waiting. We're just being really good, patient fans. That's what we're being. We're being super good, patient fans. Like, I feel like I deserve, WWE should send us, like, a sticker in the post that says, like, good boy, things like that. Because we're being super good. We're being super good. We're being super patient. We've had to put up with a lot of awfulness, but good times are around the corner. Good times are around the corner. And, yeah, could be starting with SummerSlam. Could be starting with SummerSlam, but I think it'll start with Money in the Bank, to be honest, so... But not much to preview. I wish I could sit here and just go, yeah, there's this match, there's this segment, there's this, there's that, there's this, there's that. Literally, it's Edge and Roman and Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn. So, I think we'll end there. We'll come back in about 57 minutes when the show starts, because there's really not much to preview and go through. I am joking, of course. We can talk about other things, flowers, whatever you want to talk about. But, there's a little bit of news. There's not much news, in all fairness, but there's a little bit of news. And I'm sure people will have opinions on lots of different things that we can discuss as well. Like Harley. Harley definitely has got opinions on things. Harley says, Days, looks like Seth is done with Cesaro after many teases and him saying that he's going to speak to Pierce after finding out that Edge got a match. Would you like it if we got Roman versus Edge and Roman versus Seth? No, thank you. No, thank you. I'll pass because I don't want two Roman matches. I kind of think it lessens the importance. I mean, I really wanted to see Roman versus Edge at WrestleMania, and then we ended up getting Roman versus Edge versus Daniel Bryan. Now it looks like we're getting Roman versus Edge. Just give me that match. Just give me that one-on-one match that I wanted at WrestleMania. I don't want it to be a case now where it's going to be Roman versus Edge and Roman versus Seth on the same show. And I certainly don't want Roman versus Edge versus Seth. Just give me a one-on-one match. That's all I want. Just give me a one-on-one match. I wanted it at WrestleMania. They faffed around. The match turned out to be alright in the end, the triple threat, but still faffed around. So just give me the one-on-one match. Stop playing with my heart, Vince. Stop playing with my heart. Edward said, Days, how are you tonight, birds? Haven't you already seen NXT? Please respond. I have already seen NXT. This is me responding, but it was just on again, and just as we were talking about potential surprises, literally seconds before It was just a little recap of Bronson Reed losing his title, so I thought I would vocalise that, and I'm not sorry about it, because obviously there's lots of rumours that he could be on his way to the main roster, so I thought it was worth mentioning for those that might have missed NXT. But you're absolutely right, I was not one of them. Last man standing match between Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, says Ryan. That is correct. You are correct. Last man standing match. Money in the Bank qualifier. Brendan said WWE statement on the Patriot Del Wilkes passing away. Have they put a statement out, have they? Normally they just announce it and send their condolences. I would even be surprised if there was a graphic, to be honest. I don't quite know if they would see the Patriot as big enough to warrant a graphic without being disrespectful. So I genuinely don't know. It'll be interesting to see. I'm not expecting one. But as we said, it'll be interesting to see. Austin says, at Retribution, keep talking about it at Retribution. Tiff says, at James Chadwick, and these are to other people, but I'm still reading them. Best to say sorry before the chance never comes and you regret what you did. Hope you make the right choice or this will keep happening. Well, there we go, guys. That's a lesson that we can all learn. Make sure to say you're sorry whilst the chance is still there, because one day the chance might not be there and you might regret it. LSW said, I heard about Del Wilkes, RIP. Well said. Austin said, you forgot to show us gravy after the soccer game. Well, I can do that now because this feels very much like a gravy stream. So let me jump into... for those of you that weren't on the soccer stream, first of all, why not? I don't do this for my health. So I did say that we have like different gravy here in the UK. And people are like, oh, what's your gravy like? And then that went to a conversation of, oh, will you show us your gravy? Which does sound a bit kinky. But I am going to show you my gravy. My gravy brings all the boys to the yard. Save image. I mean, honestly, gravy just looks a little bit moody. Okay, I'm going to show you some UK gravy. Rick E said, Days, the WWE Icons episode with Lex Luger is showing on Sunday. Can't wait to see it. I didn't know that, bud. I didn't know it was on Sunday. That's the one that looks quite emotional because he's in a wheelchair. I heard that he's out of that wheelchair now. So hopefully there's like a bit of a happy ending there. But that is definitely something I want to see as well. So, really good shout. Really good shout. Right, guys, didn't expect to be showing this, but I'm showing this all the same. This is UK gravy. I don't think this splits opinion. I honestly think this is one of the most loved things in the UK. I think if you used to speak to most people and say, would you like gravy on your roast dinner? People would be like, how dare you even ask? How dare you even ask? Absolutely, I want gravy on my roast dinner. You tend to get them in granules, gravy granules. They're like beef gravy. You put it on your roast dinner like that. Now, this is different to like a gravy that I think you get in. Because you do like a sausage gravy in America. Maybe you've got this gravy as well. This is the only gravy that we have over here. Or at least the only gravy I'm certainly aware of. And that is what a roast dinner might look like. You might expect a bit more veg than that. This person clearly not feeling very confident. There's a lack of maybe roast potatoes. You'd want a Yorkshire pudding on there. A couple of things definitely missing from this plate. So maybe not the best example. But that is British gravy right there. I personally would not have that much, to be honest. If I was having a bit of gravy, I would put a little on just for a bit of moisture on the plate. I don't try to lose my mind when it comes to gravy. I know a lot of people that will have it absolutely swimming. I mean, they might as well put their dinner in like a bowl and just like literally it's going to be like find the food and the gravy is just covering everything. I don't do that. That's not my style. We're all very different, but my style is, you know, a little bit of moisture and that'll do me. That'll do me. I'm quite a simple man. You know, I'm from a time where gravy just, it wasn't around as much. So, do you know what I mean? I'm just living that boomer lifestyle. I mean, look at this. Look at this. I don't know who's done this, but this is the kind of thing I'm referring to. I'm going to show you another image. And if this is not the kind of content that you come here for, I don't know what to say. I mean, clearly you just don't know this channel. That's all I'm going to say. And is that my fault that you don't know this channel? I don't think so. I'm going to show you another image of someone that really likes gravy. And this is excessive. I mean, that to me... I mean, you can't even see the plate. I mean, first of all, the roast potatoes look delicious. So the roast potatoes there look wonderful. Yorkshire pudding at the top. That might be alien to some of our American friends. But Yorkshire pudding, that is an absolute staple of a roast dinner. Obviously, a little bit of meat. I mean, they are very stingy on the meat. And actually, this looks like we're in a pub here. This definitely looks like we're in a pub. You can see the wooden table, knife and fork at the side, coasters. No one's got them in their house. Little vase or something. Look at that, you know, drinks in a glass. What's going on? So this definitely looks like we're in some kind of eatery, some kind of pub. And they have absolutely drowned that dinner. That looks like a carvery. That looks like someone's gone out for a Sunday. They've got a bit of potato. They've got a bit of meat. They've gone with the Yorkshire. They've gone, oh, I probably should get some greens on here. So they've put a sprinkle of whatever that is, leaves from the garden. And they've then drowned it in gravy. Now, that to me is an absolute disgrace. That to me is an absolute disgrace. There's next to no greenery on there. And that is not a dinner that I would give you a thank you for, or you know, I would not be impressed with that at all. So yeah, you know, that's the kind of thing that we're talking about. I mean, we could go on. It's hard to judge if this is a topic that people want us to stick on, but I feel like we've definitely boxed it off. I mean, what I might do is I might just search English roast dinner, see if we can just find a really good picture of an English roast dinner. I mean, that's pretty good. Yeah, there's some good ones here. Oh, we've done well. We've done well. Yeah, there's some good roast dinners here. I'm going to show you a nice roast dinner. This is going to give you a good idea of the kind of thing that we're talking about. Again, if you are new to the channel, make sure you hit subscribe. This is the kind of content that we do on a regular basis, where we just look at roast dinners for about a good hour before Smackdown begins. I'm trying to find the right picture. I saved it. There it is. Get ready for this. This is going to be a feast for the eyes. Boom. Look at this. This is an English roast dinner. That is what you could probably expect on a Sunday. Most people have this on a Sunday in the UK. Couple of Yorkshires just to the right there. Peas, carrots. You might want to look at some asparagus. You might want to look at some sprouts. Sprouts you tend to get more Christmas time, in truth. I'm rather partial to a parsnip. Not going to lie. You know, give me a parsnip and, you know, I'm anyone's. So, nice little parsnip. But no parsnips on this plate. Nice roast potatoes there, though. They've done a great job with that. Love the meat. Lovely pink colour to the meat as well. That's nice. I like the look of the meat there. Gravy, I still think there's a bit too much. I wouldn't go that's a bit too much for me, really. And they've put it on the meat. That's not the worst. I would probably put a bit on the potatoes. Maybe a drizzle, just a hint on the Yorkshires. But then you can see the gravy in a little... We call that a gravy boat. That's what that's known as, a gravy boat. I'm not even making that up. And, yeah, you know, that's not how gravy's always served. You don't always get it in a boat. Sometimes it's literally just on the meal. But you can see a few carrots in the background, a few peas and whatnot. I think we can all agree that if you used to sit down to that on a Sunday, you'd be, you know, it's a hearty meal. Certainly get you through the winter time. Quite a heavy meal as well. People tend to have a nap after they've had that on a Sunday here in the UK. So I don't know if that's a tradition around the world. Maybe you're sitting down to that in Canada on a Sunday. Maybe you're enjoying that in Mexico, but I doubt it. But certainly if you go to a pub here on a Sunday in the UK, that is what you can expect to find on the menu. V Inc said, this is wrestling days. This is wrestling right here. This is wrestling. This is wrestling. Austin says, you look like gravy. Okay. I'm not sure how to react to that. What I'm going to do is delete those pictures. And you'll be pleased to know that we've actually increased in our viewers whilst we've been talking about gravy. A lot of people would think that that would be streaming suicide that I've just done. But I know this audience and I know what it wants. And there we go. We eat those on a Saturday, says Ponton. Well, that's because you're an absolute savage. And you need to get a bit of class. Because everyone knows that you eat it on a Sunday. Wrestle with Andy said, Days, what is your typical order at the chip shop? Right, walking into the chip shop. How you doing, mate? Always say hello, right? How you doing, bud? Yeah, even if you've never been in before. You're right, pal. One of them, yeah, thumbs up. Oh, get a bit of a rapport. You might get an extra chip. Who knows? Having a little look at the counter, but I already know what I'm going for. I'm having a little look. Inside the counter, we've got a few bits of fish, nice bits of fish in there. A few sausages, look quite nice. A few pies, they look all right. Having a little look around. Looking at the board, seeing if we've got any specials. I'm going kebab all day long. On the back, behind the guy, going around is the kebab thing. Now, I'm having kebab. I'm having kebab, doner kebab with chips. I'm probably going to go for chili sauce so it gives you that kick, but then the mayo just to cool it back down again. So I want to tuck into something that's going to give me a heat, but then I want it instantly cooled with the mayo. So it's quite confusing. So I go for that little bit of salad in there, bit of lettuce. I'm not going to be pleased if there's onions sneaking in, let me tell you, right? So little bit of lettuce in there. I'm not really going to go for tomato. I don't really want tomato. It's a bit wet and probably just the lettuce, to be honest. Probably just the lettuce. Put the lettuce in there in like, a naan bread or something, a wrap or whatever it might be. And put the doner meat in. I'll have that. Beautiful. And then we've got the chips as well. Beautiful. Obviously, salt and vinegar. You got to do that. So we've got that. And then, what anyone else is having, a lot of people tend to go to the chip shop just to have fish and chips. I have been known to have pie and chips before from a fish and chip shop. Beautiful. I really recommend it. Steak and kidney pie and chips. Absolutely beautiful. If someone brought that back for me, I'd be over the moon. What are you like having? You're walking into a chip shop. What you having? Why does English gravy look like poop? Well, it's a good question. I mean, I'm not overly keen on gravy. I mean, I would show you what a chip shop looks like in the UK, but I mean, I'm pretty sure you will have seen them on. Pretty sure you will have seen them on like certain shows. But, they're on YouTube or whatever. Have you seen that dude that goes around with the little table and he sets it up? He's a legend, isn't he? I can't remember his name. But he goes around to all these different places and he's got his own little table. And he sets the table up outside. And, they bring the food out to him and he's on YouTube. And his videos are, like, proper blowing up. He's cool, though. He seems like a really nice guy. He's my spirit animal. Can't beat a good patty. I don't know what that is. What's a patty? Patty, chips, peas and gravy. What the hell's a patty? I ain't going into a chip shop asking for one of them. I'm having a Fred Flintstone. I don't know what are you on about? Half pizza crunch supper. Like, I understand some of these. He's called Rate My Takeaway. Yes, that's what he's called. Yeah, that's his channel. He's cool, isn't he? I like him. Nice guy. Whenever he's in the car when his video starts, he's like, now then, guys, how are you doing? Now then, guys, how are you doing? He comes across really cool. Love that guy, Rate My Takeaway guy. I said it just to confuse you. Patty as in pastry. I have no idea. I've never heard that. I've never heard patty and pastry. I don't know what that is. Dark Shadows says, do you think Liv more... Dark Shadows, can you not see where we are? We're in a chip shop at the moment, mate. Look at this. I've just placed my order and someone's gone, I've turned around and Dark Shadows have gone, Liv Morgan, do you think that Liv Morgan might win Money in the Bank? I'm like, hang on, Dark Shadows, get me order in here. Do I think Liv Morgan might win? Why? It would be my response. Why would she win? Because what has she done? I want to see her have a feud. The only thing I would say is that they might give her the Money in the Bank first and then have, like, try and build her up, which I think would be rubbish. Like, give her the Money in the Bank win, and then she's got, like, 12 months to show that she deserves it. Didn't they basically do that with Otis? Didn't they do that with Otis, where they gave him the Money in the Bank, and then he had, like, 12 months to show that he was the right person, and then they found out he wasn't? And as a result, like, they took it back off him. I think you put the Money in the Bank on someone that deserves it and someone that's ready now. And I just haven't seen anything from Liv Morgan. This isn't Liv Morgan shade, but I'm like, what has she done? I keep waiting to find out what she's done. Why would she deserve to win Money in the Bank? So I want to see her have some feuds first, actually have some storylines and actually get some TV time. She's had a little back and forth with Carmella. So she's been on TV for the past couple of weeks. But, I mean, Money in the Bank is, like, just literally a couple of weeks away. I think maybe next year's Money in the Bank, I think she could be considered for. Or, you know, who knows, if she has a really good end to the year, maybe Royal Rumble. She could end up putting in a good performance and maybe winning Royal Rumble. If she's, you know, good and she's clearly the next thing and everyone's on board and it's all popping. But, I mean, right now, why? Why would we do that? She's definitely got some fans. There's no denying that. She's definitely got some fans. But I just kind of feel like there's a pretty long list of people that could win it instead. Days, I'm going to have chips and a bin so that I can throw the chips in it. And then I'm going to get some chicken-flavoured carrots. I'm a savage. I'm a savage. And a booty basket. I don't want Liv to win, says Brony. I need to have some words with Tommy about his comments on Twitter. Oh, I've not seen them, Alexa Bliss Gamer. I've not seen them. If they do criticise Alexa Bliss, you know where I fall on the argument. You don't need me to say it, do you? Days, when I get to a chippy, I get doner kebab. Of course you do. Half a pizza in batter. What? You get half a pizza in batter? No, you don't. That's not a thing. They don't batter half a pizza. Don't tell me they do that. Don't tell me they do that. Liv will become the SmackDown Women's Champion, says to boy. Days, change the face Roman to heel Roman in the thumbnail. I think it's super cute. You think that I've got that much time to worry about what Roman's in the thumbnail? That is super cute. Days, oh, I know what you want. Seth versus Roman versus Bryan and Edge versus Roman versus Bryan. Where is Bryan? I don't know where Daniel Bryan's gone. Is he at home being a father or something? Because that's irresponsible. Doesn't he know that his first priority is the fans? Anna says, how dare someone on a Wrestling Days stream try to shoehorn in wrestling topics? I know. You should all be ashamed. You should all be ashamed. How dare you? I'm not here to talk wrestling. I'm here to talk about McDonald's and Merry Hill with Anna. Liv Morgan Stan says, I hope Liv is at least in the Money in the Bank. I would be fine if she doesn't win. Oh my God. You might be my favourite Stan ever. I don't think I've ever met a reasonable Stan. You might be an actual reasonable Stan. Oh my God. Do you know what? I really think that if some wrestlers had like really good, positive, reasonable stans, I think that would really help the wrestlers' cause. Do you know what I mean? Like, if all the Liv Morgan stans had that same attitude, I would probably slowly find myself rooting for her. But, like, I should imagine people hate Sasha because of her stans. I would imagine there's a lot of Sasha haters just because how awful her stans are. And, but now we've got Liv Morgan saying, I hope... I mean, that is such a love... you're awesome. Shout out to you. Shout out to Liv Morgan. I hope at least Liv is... I'm reading it like this because in my mind, this is how it was typed. I hope Liv is at least in Money in the Bank. I'll be fine if she doesn't win. Oh, That just, like, proper touches my heart, like, straight up. That's nice. Respect for you. Respect. I now also hope she's going to be in Money in the Bank. See, it works. I have got a heart. I know a lot of people don't think I do, but I do. So, shout out to Alexa Bliss stan. The Sasha stans are horrible. Days, when I go to the Chippy, I get a cream pie, extra cream. Oh, you would. You would. You would, the mouldy spoon. That's you down to a T, that is. Ant said, the only two people a lot of people want to win is Naomi and Liv. Those are my two picks. Botic said, Days, you need to try Ant's egg soup. I don't think I do. I'm pretty sure I don't. Liv Morgan is the last of the Riot Squad in WWE. She should have a shot at the belt. I'm not sure that just because you're the last person to get released out of the group you were in qualifies you for getting a title opportunity. You know what I mean? I kind of feel like she needs to have some good feuds and she needs to build herself up first. So, it's no shade. It's no shade on Liv Morgan. I'm just saying, she hasn't done anything yet. Liv Morgan Stan says, I'm not making my pick till I see the people in Money in the Bank. Respect. If Elektra Lopez doesn't win the next women's title, I will do something. Well, she wasn't even on the show this week. She wasn't even on the show. Heartbreaking. Breaking news, Drew McIntyre will win the men's Money in the Bank. I hope not. That'd be awful. That would be awful. We've just had to watch him feud with Bobby Lashley. Finally, Bobby wins a match, which means that Drew can't compete for the belt. And then he wins Money in the Bank. I mean, I just don't need that in my life. I just want him to do one. Just go back. Why don't you go back to Scotland for a bit? You know what I mean? Just have a breath. Put your feet up, mate. Put your feet up. Days, who do you want to see in the women's ladder match other than Liv Morgan? I don't know, but I don't know who's in it, if I'm being honest. Off the top, I can't remember. I think Alexa's in it. She can get out. Super Nikki's in it. She can win it. Nah, I mean, she needs to have a feud first as well. It's the same with Super Nikki. I think Super Nikki's a fun little gimmick, but she's got to have some feuds first. Who else is in it? I mean, I'd like Naomi to win it. I'm definitely down for that. I would actually like someone like Dana Brooke to win it. She's been on that roster forever. Dana Brooke has been on the roster forever, and I thought in last year's Money in the Bank, she showed a really good comedy side to herself. I thought that I actually looked at Dana and I was like, man, you could do some really fun comedy stuff with her. So I'd like her to be in it. Maybe not win it, but if she won it, I wouldn't be too against it. She's been on that roster forever, man. She's been on that roster forever. So, again, she'd need to be built up. But, I don't know. It's difficult to sit here and say this person should win it because they've got momentum. Like, women's wrestling just doesn't get the spotlight it needs for people to get momentum. I mean, what's Naomi done? Nothing. What's Super Nikki done outside of being Super Nikki? Nothing. Like, really, the person with the most momentum is Alexa Bliss, and she doesn't have matches. Do you know what? She's got momentum for voodoo, but she ain't got momentum for matches. So, I don't know. Perhaps she's going to win it. I don't know. Daldrup will win it on behalf of Eva Marie, says Jimmy. Ricochet should win Money in the Bank. One and only. Days, did you see my comment about John Cena? I didn't. Well, unless that was it. And then, yes, I did. Every single day Drew loses. It's because he's a loser. Austin said it should have been Eva Marie in Money in the Bank. Arlie said, Days, I hope Liv wins Money in the Bank, and then I will murder everyone if she doesn't, but it's fine if she doesn't. I mean, Harley, the more you talk, the more I think you've got, like, issues. Liv should win, otherwise I'm going to murder everyone. LSW said, I think Bliss and Drew will win. That might be my absolute worst case scenario. If Alexa Bliss wins and Drew wins, that might be, like, just... We might as well just shut wrestling down. Just shut it down. It's dead. It's dead, guys. It's dead. It's died. Just shut it down. Like, Drew, we just can't build any other stars. Drew's won it. Even though he's held the title, like, 2 runs in the past, 16 months or whatever. He's had 2 title reigns, and he's been constantly around the main event scene. He's about as exciting as Dishwater. Like, shut it down. Just shut it down. We need to, like, call health and safety and just get it shut down. What would be wrong with Alexa Bliss winning? Well, Alexa Bliss Gamer, how long you got, mate? How long you got? She doesn't wrestle. She barely wrestles. She's had, like, is it a match since WrestleMania? Or maybe a match this year? Or maybe 2 matches this year? So, what's wrong with someone that doesn't wrestle winning Money in the Bank? Also, and this is probably the most important one, she's super cringe. Like, if she could be any more cringe, I think my face would, like collapse in on itself. If she was any more cringe, like, my face would actually start collapsing inwards. And, like, she's like a 30, 40-year-old woman, probably 30-year-old woman, maybe even 20s, I don't know anymore, that's walking around with a doll called Lily. So, do you know what I mean? And she's managed to pick up superpowers from nowhere. Do you remember when she was in NXT? Do you remember when she was in that tag team with Nikki Cross? Do you remember when she was the goddess and all this, and she did not have superpowers? And now all of a sudden she's got them. She seems to have leveled up to a plane above being a human. Which I've just got a slight problem with, to be honest. Because if she can do it, why can't everyone else do it? Why can't everyone else have superpowers? Why can't they all have superpowers? Either everyone has superpowers or no one has superpowers. That's my stance on it. So, do I want to see... Because what is stopping Alexa Bliss? What is stopping Alexa Bliss, right? Just doing a little smile, lights go out, they come back on, and she's at the top of the ladder. And unhooks it, and she wins. What's stopping her doing that? What is... The woman can make the lights go out, come back on, and she's on top of a rocking horse, right? So what is stopping the woman turning the lights off, bringing them back on, and she's on top of the ladder? What is stopping Alexa Bliss doing that? Shall I tell you? Nothing. Nothing is stopping her doing that. This is cringe. It's cringe. It's like, oh, this woman, honestly. Dace, I know this would never happen, but say that if England were in the Euro final and it clashed with Dustin Connor, what would you go for? You can't say both. Easy, England. I can't think of anything, not a single thing that I would rather watch than England in a final of a major tournament. I've never seen it. I don't think I'll ever see it. And, I mean, well, maybe I'll see it. I don't know. I've certainly never seen it. It's only ever happened once in 1966. So, I kind of think that there'd be nothing. There'd be nothing that UFC could do. There'd be nothing that WWE could do. There'd be nothing. There'd be nothing that the Olympics could do. I think the final of a major international soccer tournament, like be it the World Cup final or the Euros final, I'd pick that over everything. Days, it's Harry Richards. I've changed my name to this. That's fine. Hazza Talks Footy. Shout out to you. I've got a question regarding Edge. Do you see him winning a title at some point? Hopefully the Universal title down the line. I don't think he needs it, but he might win it. I certainly don't think he needs the Universal. And if he's going to do it, I hope he don't get it from Roman. Roman has been built up to this massive thing. This massive superstar. And I think beating him is going to mean something. It's going to matter. Right? It's going to really, really matter when you beat Roman. I just don't want Edge to be that person because Edge, I think, is a legend. But he's a made man. Like, Edge doesn't gain anything by being the person to beat Roman. I mean, is a legend. Like, it's done. Edge is not going to get any bigger now. Is he? Like, Edge has fulfilled his potential. So I kind of feel that we need to help others fulfill their potential. And having them beat Roman is definitely a way that they can do that. You know my thoughts on it. Big E would be great. I would love Big E to be the person. I would love just any kind of up-and-comer, really. Like a Keith Lee would have been great. An Aleister Black would have been great. Someone that they can build up and have them fulfill their potential. Roman is definitely a way that you can do it. The thing is, we see Alexa control fire, so if she doesn't use it to win anything, doesn't she look like an idiot? Liv says someone like Big E should beat Roman. Who is your favourite Premier League team? As you can tell, mine is Newcastle, says Newcastle United. Alexa Bliss Gamer says, Days, I'm cringing at your comment. Shout out to you, Alexa Bliss Gamer. I have good banter with Alexa Bliss Gamer. It's maybe the only Alexa Bliss fan that I have respect for. I don't respect any others. Not a single one. What was the question? Who do I support? I support Man United. Big Boy Dally said Tony Storm is backstage. Where is Newcastle? What was it? Not Newcastle Gamer, was it? Where was the name? Newcastle United? It's gone. It's disappeared. I can't even see it anymore. I am a Man United fan, but I'm not someone that's like, your team sucks or anything like this. Like, I really just enjoy watching and supporting my team. I don't really do it to banter others, to be honest. Same with England, really. Unless people are coming at me going, your team sucks and all of this. I don't really go out my way to, like, banter others. I mean, maybe I get a bit passionate before the game. I'm not sure, but yeah, I don't really go out. I'm not like. Did you hear about like? Do you remember seeing that crying German girl? I don't know if you saw her, but I remembered watching England Germany, and they showed at the end of the match like a German girl. She was only young, in her dad's arms, crying. She was about 7, 8, something like that, and she was crying, and I was like, I remember saying this specifically. You don't like to see that. I've been where she was. I've been that young German girl, and then people in the chat were saying, breaking news, Days was a young German girl and stuff like this. But I remember saying, like, you don't like to see that. Did you know that she was getting bullied online? England fans were apparently, like, saying stuff about her online. I don't think they were sending it to her. I don't think she's on social media, but they were just saying stuff about her. Some trolls, you know. You're going to get them in every country. It weren't like every England fan. And that's awful. And one England fan has actually raised £8,000 to give her a nice little treat. Isn't that cool? I kind of feel like that's good. Like, I feel like that puts England fans in a good light. So England fans have raised money for that German girl. 8,000 because people were saying nasty stuff about her online. So there we go. And for the record, I was not one. I said that I felt sorry for her. Yeah. So, yeah, I just read that earlier. Austin said, I was seeing those nasty comments. That's bad, man. That's bad. There's no need for that. There's no need for that at all. It's disgusting. So, I think England fans, like, not just England fans, I just think, like, sports fans just get too carried away, too invested. They think their words don't matter. It's a blooming 7, 8-year-old girl crying her eyes out because her team's lost. Do you know what I mean? It's like... That sucks, man. That sucks. So I thought that was cool of that guy to, you know, raise some money for her. So at least it's got a nice little happy ending. Days, you're right. Alexa Bliss shouldn't win. I think Lily should. Austin said, Days, hear me out. Alexa goes for the briefcase. She gets pushed off. Someone climbs up the ladder. You hear a ruckus. Lily comes out of the briefcase and physically hands Alexa the briefcase. I don't know what you want me to say to that. That might single-handedly stop me watching wrestling. That might be where I go, I'm done. Right? That might be where I go, I can't tell my friends that I watch this. I can't be connected to this. That might be where I go, thank you. There's been some wonderful memories. And, you know, I walk off into the sunset like that. And everyone goes, ah. Well, no one would cry. I think we all know that. No one would cry. It's not over 22,000. It's not over 22,000, and the man who started it was Welsh. Don't insult the man by calling him English. I thought he was English. And he did it to show that English fans weren't all that bad. That's what I read. Is he an Englishman living in Wales, or is he Welsh? That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense, because I 100% read that he did it to show that not all England fans. So is he Welsh but supports England? Because that doesn't make any sense from what I read. Popping off right now. Are we back? Are we back online, guys? I was just doing my impression of me trying to get £22,000 out of England fans. And I got shut down. They shut me down, guys. The fun police came in and they shut me down. Unbelievable. People saying R.I.P. It is the end, guys. It is the end. R.I.P. indeed. We were on a roll. We were having good bants. It was all good fun and it's all over, guys. I don't want to wait for our lives to be over. Right, I'm going to try and bring it back. I'm doing work here. I'm doing work just sitting on my own talking to myself. Right, let's have a look. Boom. Alexa did the lag. Hey, Days. Hi. It was Lily Days. I don't think it was. I think it was the German girl. Fun police, open up. Yeah, it was the fun police, guys. It was the fun police or the German girl. I think what it was the stream, right? The stream couldn't believe that 22,000 had been raised for that girl. I think the stream was like, what? And it just shut down. It shut down. I clicked off for a second. I came back and there was a commercial for men's jockey underwear. Yay! I'm in that commercial. I'm in that commercial. I'm there like this. Men's jockey underwear. Buy it now. I've got a bet with my mate that if England win the Euros, I have to grow my hair like Jack Grealish, says Adam. That's all right. He looks cool. Jack Grealish looks cool. Foden would be a bit risky. What was your reaction to Edge returning last week? Oh, Edge is back. That was my reaction. We kind of knew that he was on his way. It was a surprise. It was a nice moment, but it's not the most shocking thing I've ever seen. But it's like, oh, okay. That's better. I thought it was going to be like, some people were saying it might be Roman versus Dominic. Ugh. Oh, my God. More lag. Don't you tell me there's more lag. Don't you dare tell me there's more. I ain't got lag. Ain't you little liars. I ain't got no lag. Ain't no lag round here. No, there's no lag. No lag round here. If you've got lag, that's your end, baby girls. That ain't my end. Hit roll. We're back. I never went away. I never went away. Don't you come round here trying to make out that there's lag. What if Alexa shoots a fireball at the brief? I just don't want anything to do with Alexa. I just don't want her in my life. Spinning wheels. We are back. You are back. Master of Fox Steamfall says there's a little bit of lag. I don't get it. I've got a little green thing in the corner. Do you know what I mean? And it says everything's good. Everything's gravy. So I'm gonna trust that. I'm gonna believe that. Who handles criticism against their company better, Vince or Tony? Vince doesn't really do anything, does he? I think Vince gets criticised every second of every day, and he just kind of like lives his life and does what he wants to do. I don't know. I think that Tony responds to it a little bit more, which you might say is a good thing, because fans probably feel a bit more connected to AEW. Whereas with WWE, they seem to not care, and they just do what they want to do. So, I don't know. Depends how you feel about it. Depends how you feel about it. Do you like Vince's approach of not giving any flips? Or do you respect Tony for speaking out and, actually saying some stuff? Days just stayed still to fool us all. It won't work because the chat's moving in it. 2001 Days can easily beat up 2020. Yeah, definitely. I'd mess up 2020 Days. I'm definitely bigger. I'm definitely bigger than 20. I was crushing. Where is Bob Ross? Oh, he died. Thanks for bringing the mood down. He passed away in the 90s. Tony Khan needs to chill out. Does Edge have a chance one-on-one at Money in the Bank? Sure. I don't think he wins, but he's got a chance. I don't think there is, Austin. I don't think there is. Where's Dolly Parton? America. Maybe Nashville. I'm not sure where she lives. I'd guess at, like, Tennessee. Nashville. Somewhere like that. Where does she live? Does anyone know where Dolly lives? Dollywood. That's where she lives. Vince should not care what people say. Edward said, please read this. A half pizza in batter super is a thing here in Scotland. I promise you, you would love it. You need to order it next time you go to a chippy. They wouldn't do it here. So if I walked into a chippy here and went, can I get half a pizza? And can you batter the whole thing? They would... I mean, maybe they would do it, but... no. I mean, you lot have, like, battered Mars bars and all this kind of stuff, don't you? You just love everything getting battered. You certainly like your football team being battered. Ah! Now, that was unprovoked, and that really isn't like me, but I couldn't resist. It was very difficult to the point where it became impossible, and I would actually also like to apologise for it, because that is so not me. It was unprovoked. All she was doing was telling me about some of your fine cuisine in Scotland. You didn't deserve that. I'm going to learn from this. I'm going to become a better person because of this. And I'd like to apologise. Maybe some Welsh fan will start raising money for you now. I don't know. WWE TJ8 says, we need Dolly Parton. We do. You're absolutely right. She is key to the survival of us as a species. I don't want Drew winning Money in the Bank. No one does, bonkers. I don't even think Drew wants that. Brieflo said, have you sent Slam Attack cards? Yes. Yes. I can't remember where you live, though. So, there was 5 winners. 3 were in the UK, 2 were in America. And if you are one of the American ones, it might just take a little while. So, but they have all gone. They've all been sent. And they are on the way. Days, you just said your opinion. I know, and I apologised, didn't I? People are complaining that the German girl got 3k and not a charity. Oh, shut up, everyone. That's what I've got to say. Someone's done something nice for this girl. They've done something nice, and now that's a problem. I mean, everything's a problem in this world. Do you know what I mean? Everything's a problem. The German girl was crying. I feel sorry for her. Absolutely give her something nice. What should have happened is she should have met the German team. Yeah, met them all. They could have said, you know, we'll do better next time and all this or something like that. Or that would have been lovely. That would have been lovely. But now, like, someone's raised money and now it's too much money. And, oh, my God, what is this world? What is this world? Just let the girl be happy. Can we not just... Are we in a world where we can't even have happy girls anymore? Is that the world that you want to live in? Ugh. Unbelievable. Well, I don't know what Edward's about to say. I don't know what he's about to say, but whatever it is, I deserve it because I fired the first shot. So I'm giving you this one, Edward. Edward says, well, how come England could beat Germany and all the rest, but they couldn't beat Scotland? Ha, 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 ha. Look at that. Took it on the chin. Took it on the chin, haven't I? A little green thing. You need to get that checked, says Planet Dan. ASMR. Have you ever watched Hell's Kitchen or Man vs. Food? Yes to both. I probably prefer Man vs. Food, to be honest. But I feel like that's quite an old show now. I used to watch that years and years and years ago on, like, the Food Network. Or something like this. It was good. He rarely did it, though. He wasn't very good at it. But it was quite interesting seeing him go around America and try those challenges. Who's the other one? There's a famous guy, isn't there? There's a famous guy, like Wayne Ferengi or something like this. Can't remember his name. He does another one. Like, is it Dinners, Diners, and Driveways, or I don't know. I've seen him a couple of times as well. It's alright. Hell's Kitchen, not really for me. I like Kitchen Nightmares, that's better. But in all fairness, it just feels like I'm watching the same episode like a million times. Goes in, tries the food, sucks, has a shout at people. They have an argue back. They find a way forward. He redoes the restaurant. Then it looks like it's a success. The restaurant probably still ends up failing after. But I kind of feel like I've seen that about 100 times now. Just with different restaurants. Guy Ferrari, him. Yeah, I've seen him as well. Dinners. Oh, hang on, what's it called? Dinners, Drivers, and Dives. Is that what it's called? Yeah, I've seen that. Guy Ferrari. Him and the Man vs. Food. They're the only two I've ever really seen on Food Network, to be honest. I don't really watch it that much. But whenever I've caught it, it's been alright. Add Dolly Parton for the little girl. Add Dolly Parton for the little girl. That little girl ain't watching this Smackdown stream. She's still crying. She can't see anything through the tears. Although she'll see that 22 grand, I know that much. Oh, thank you, everyone. Thanks. Oh, yeah. Danke. I think they talk like that. I'm not sure. Alex said, the new host of Man vs. Food is awful. No charisma, energy, or anything. I didn't know there was a new host. I didn't know this. I didn't know there was a new host. Oh, well, that sucks. What happened to the old host? Where did he go? Days, can you show us pictures of a dripstick? I've already said that we don't want to encourage that, Johnny, because they're awful, aren't they? What have they got to do with wrestling? Days, I'm an Australian, not an American. Are my cards coming? Sure. Are they coming? I don't know. Maybe. Did I put Australia? I hope I did. It's certainly the right postcode. So, we'll keep our fingers crossed. Let me know how things progress. New Japan just released some new figures. Amazing. Who of? Do you know a YouTube guy named Beard vs. Food? No, amazingly no. You would think that we would, what with just 60 million of us living here, that we'd all know each other, but amazingly not no. Days, if Ukraine win, you have to take your shirt off, take your hat off, and shave your beards. No? I think you got me confused with someone that cares. No, I'm going to chilled, guys. I'm just going. All I want to do. Do you know what? There's no one else on YouTube that gets this kind of hassle. Do you know what I mean? I'm sitting here talking about games, going right. Look, this is happening. We're building to all this. People are like, yeah, that's all well and good, but can you take your hat off and shave your head and go naked and paint a flag on your chest and all that? What do you mean? What are you on about? We're just watching the games. Oh, flip. And everyone's like, yeah, okay, but can you drink bleach? What? Which don't, by the way. Not even joking. Yeah? I don't care what presidents say. Legend Killer said, Days, you make me funny. You make yourself funny. Days, I love your beard and hair. Well, people are desperate to lose it. People are desperate for it to all go. I don't know why. Just desperate. Days, if reports are true, Cena should come back in 2 weeks. I bet they are true. Vape Ross Vape said the old host had a heart attack. Food one joke. Did he really have a heart attack? Oh my god, I'm going to Google this. I never heard about this. Let me have a look. I forget his name. Man versus Food. Let's have a look. Man versus Food. Adam Richman. Is that his name? Adam. Heart attack? Died. He didn't die. What happened to Adam Richman? Let's have a look. Adam Richman. No, he's still alive. In February 2021, he was doing Modern Marvels on the History Channel. Okay. So he did Man versus Food, 85 episodes, and he stopped in 2012. He stopped in 2012. Flip. Oh my God. I must have just been watching repeats for years. What happened to... There were several reasons for his exit. Hang on, I'm reading now. If you remember the glory days of Man vs. Food, you could be forgiven for wondering, what happened to Adam? After 4 seasons, 59 challenges, hundreds of restaurants, the exuberant host had etched himself into food folklore. The presenter decided to call time in 2012. That's 9 years ago. Even though eating the most delicious meals might seem like a dream job, it wasn't all it cracked up to be. There were several reasons. None of them involved illness or death. Well, that's good. The show made Richmond feel sick. It is true his resignation was partially health motivated. He was getting depressed about his weight. His rubbish rumours that he was forced to quit because of health. Simplest way was that the spectacle diminished over time. As a producer, if nothing else, I was aware I had to give the audience something they wanted to see. There was a psychological factor at play. I don't miss the feeling after having a spicy challenge and having that much food in you. No matter how tasty something looks, you can always have too much of a good thing. Well, there we go. Look, he just, psychologically, it was taking its toll. Wow, I find that really interesting. I find that really interesting. So you're right, Man versus Food. Food won. I didn't know he died. He didn't die. Let's not get that doing the rounds. He's still alive. He's skinny, so it's great. It's like 10 years. I know, it's nearly 10 years. Timer fans. Is he going to let it go? Is he going to let it go? Yeah, he is. He is. Ah! He did. Didn't call it, did you? A lot of you thought that I wasn't going to let that go. When Edge attacked Roman, it was so epic. To be honest, Edge versus Roman in Money in the Bank is a great choice. Adam loves England and is a Spurs fan. Oh. Well, he might be watching. Shout out to you, Adam. I think he went vegan. Austin said, justice for the alarm. I'll let it sound. The alarm had justice, Austin. Alexa and Drew, Money in the Bank, or what's worse, Alexa and Drew winning Money in the Bank, or too much gravy on your roast. Alexa and Drew winning. Like, the roast, that's a bad meal. Alexa and Drew winning, that's a bad 12 months. So I'm gonna go with a bad meal. I'll take a bad meal over a bad 12 months. Bad news. I told you Tuesday my grandma was rushed into hospital. It wasn't looking good, and we lost her this morning. Oh, I'm so sorry, Kirby's Toy Reviews. That's awful. That's difficult. That's really difficult. Shout out to you, Kirby's Toy Reviews. I'm very, very, very sorry to hear that. I have been there. And it's very, very difficult. And you'll be feeling all the emotions right now. There's nothing you can do, bud. There's nothing you can do. There's nothing I can say. Just got to remember the good times. So shout out to you, Kirby's Toy Reviews. It was a dumb move to release Aleister Black and Braun. Vince don't have no good taste. There was no alarm. Well, that's not my fault. I let it go, didn't I? I let it go. What do you want from me? I let it go. Days, did you watch the Roman interview? It was interesting. I did not get a chance. But I have heard that it was interesting. Jean-Pierre Nelson. Shout out to you, Jean-Pierre. They showed Braun. That shows WWE and Braun left on good terms. Braun will be back in the future without a doubt. Right, we're underway with Smackdown. It's your fault. Give us the alarm. I let it sound. I don't understand. I let it sound. I let it ring. If it hasn't gone, then I don't know what you want me to do. Unless, is it still... I don't know. I can't even look. Hang on, can I? No, look. We're starting with Edge anyway. Look, let's move on to important stuff, guys. You guys always want to drag me onto different topics. Edge. Yeah, we'll keep it lowercase. He doesn't deserve capitals. But he can be really big. Can't he, like this? Lowercase. It's got a whole vibe. I like it. It's a good vibe. The rated R superstar, old Beard McGrew, Edge. On this day. Okay, Days. Alexa and Drew winning, or 12 months of too much gravy on your roast. Oh my god. Can I drain it? Can I somehow, like, drain the dinner? Ugh, I really don't want Alexa and Drew winning Money in the Bank, like... Ugh. And it's only one meal ruined a week, really. That's difficult. That's really difficult. Alexa and Drew winning, or one ruined meal a week? Ooh... I don't know. I'm thinking I'd take Money in the Bank, to be honest. Just because even if I do choose the meal, they'll probably just end up doing something else. Do you know what I mean? Even if they don't win Money in the Bank, they'll still find another way to have them on the show. Right, here's Edge, by the way. He's got a big beard. He's been farming with Brock. He's a great promo, isn't he? He's brilliant promo. Edge says it wasn't in his vision to not win. He was rocked. He was rocked. Like a baby. He watched the match. I love how he says, hell, I even watched them. Like it's a big chore. We have to watch it. I even watched the match back. Yeah, but we watched it as well. He did. He stopped Roman from tapping out to my crossface. So Edge is saying that he had beaten Roman, but it was Daniel that cost him. Days, can you download Poopy in the Morning Simulator? It's a very educational game about good bowel movement and eating right. I could probably do with knowing how to eat right. My diet is atrocious. It consists of bananas and Haribo. And energy drinks. Which we did say were made from the tears of Germans, but I was not including the little girl in that. I was not including the little girl in that. Right, so Edge is being all whiny, and he's like, I would have won if it weren't for Daniel Bryan. Boo-hoo-hoo. Boo-hoo-hoo. I would have won if it weren't for Daniel Bryan. I would have done this. I would have done that. Yeah, well, I could fly if I had wings, and I haven't, so get over it. I know. I can beat him. I can beat him. I believe I can fly. We know. You know that I can beat you. I know I can beat you. You know I can beat you. You won't admit it. I got proof. He's got proof. Yeah. Let's show the proof. Roll it. Roll the footage. There it is, look. It's not a good look, is it? That's not a good look for Roman. Trying to get into the Thunderdome. Good luck. Those are eyes. Those eyes, no. Yeah. It'll be a one-on-one match. I'd look forward to it. And there's Edge's face. You live in... When you can make a man look like that, you live in his head for life. You know. You know. Shut up, Edge, says McClain. That face. Well, justice for Daniel. Sorry, Edge, but you're not beating Roman. He's a great promo. I'm really looking forward to the match. He's doing what he's got to do. I'm gonna beat you. It's just when. I'm gonna be the Universal Champion. On this day, I see clearly. Made it fall behind on this day. Yeah, got the sound up a bit high. Can hear some Pat McCarthy whinings. Well, there we go. Show is already amazing, says Dom15. I think Edge wins, and there will. Oh, hello. We've got a bit of Paul Heyman backstage. Here is an Uso. Yeet! Yeet! What's this? That makes me think of Sonny Wolf. Yeet! We are family. I got Roman's back. Jimmy's talking to Paul Heyman, and look how unimpressed Paul Heyman is. He's very unimpressed. Right, here's Boogs. Here's Boogs, straight in with Boogs. Right, we're moving on to the Corbin Killer. The King Slayer. Hear ye, hear ye. Corbin Killer. Boogs. Yeah. WWE. Kingsuke Nakamura. Rick Boogs. Boogs. All right. Here he comes in his white and Dave's not watching SmackDown. I'm watching the Copa America quarterfinals. I'm watching Brazil versus Chile. I'll keep you updated on the score. It's currently 0-0. Shout out to you, James Kenny. That's cool attire. He wore all white last week, didn't he? And now it's white with, like, black trousers. Rick is showing us his nipple. Well, he won't be able to do that on his action figure, will he? Looking like a chief. Is Jimmy drinking the same Kool-Aid as Jay? Roman only has Roman's back. That's right, Jim. That's right, Jim. You know the score. You know what's really going on. Nipple Killer. King Skay. He's wearing white. Right, I'm watching it. He was wearing white last week. Go Tampa Bay Lightning, says Brian. Yes. Did you see TikTok versus YouTubers? No, I didn't, because I don't know any of them. Wow. I knew Deji and Anderson Gibb, is it? Right, what is this? Is he facing someone, or what's happening? Big E. Big E. Well, it's a weird match, isn't it? Aren't both of these faces? What's this? I have actually put a big E, because that makes sense, doesn't it? Look, it's all lowercase apart from the big E. It's clever, isn't it? When you think about it, it's a little Easter egg. Oh, no. They're yeah, I was going to say, aren't they? Oh, it's a tag team match. What the flip? Right, they're actually teaming together. Taking on Apollo and Baron. And the crowd go mild. And Big E versus Corbin and Apollo. Will we see Happy Corbin? Maybe. Mabes. Stupid Happy Corbin is next. Tag match so that Jobber Corbin can take the L. Shinsuke and Big E can't lose. Why are they facing each other? Yeah, I thought they were. But they're teaming together. Like bros from different mo's. We've got 2 more weeks of this, says Brian. Baron Corbin, no more kings, says Brony. Hip hip hooray for the Big E. I was quite pleased with that. Let's go, Corbs. Good evening, Days. I've been busy working, driving over 4,000 miles. I have not seen Raw yet. Got home late last night from Sunday night. Anything good from Raw? Flip. I can't even remember Raw. I can't even remember it. I'm not saying it was bad. I just don't remember it. I mean, I don't remember it. Does anyone remember Raw? Like, I'm not being mean. I just genuinely don't remember it. Did anything happen? Did someone qualify or did something happen? This is a yawn match with the 20-minute time limit. Days, Jeff confirmed No More Words is coming back when the fans come back. Cool. Spacely for the win, says Apollo is about to get whooped. Do you like Reese's? Nah. I didn't mind the pieces, but I don't want the cup thing. Stupid cup thing. I only want the Euro cup. I don't want Reese's cups. Ross Vape said AEW would have been on their 5th match already. Every week a different Hardee's sandwich debut. Where do you live, though? I live in the UK, my friend. Dowdrop pinned Asuka. Dewdrop pinned Asuka. That happened. Randy wasn't on. I never remember Raw. I remember Riddle being Randy. Everything else is a blur. Yeah, Drew qualified. Yeah, that's it. Drew qualified in the main event, didn't he? Drew's in Money in the Bank, and the whole WWE universe wept. Welcome to WWE Dynamite Monday Night Smackdown, lol. What channel is Smackdown on? It's not on Fox. I think it is on Fox. I mean, I don't know, but I think it's Fox. Do you like Kit Kats? They're alright. They're alright. I don't think they're the most exciting snack, to be honest. But they're alright. If someone gave me a Kit Kat, I'd be like, ta. I wouldn't lose my mind over it. Ricochet spot. Oh, yes, that was a good shout. Yeah, Harley, that was good. Ricochet picked up someone and threw them. No, they were sat on the edge. Was it Morrison? Sat on the edge of the barricade and he cross-bodied. Cross-bodied, didn't he? Springboard. Cross-body, and they both went, and it was a double count-out. I mean, it's Friday. Do you know what I mean? That was so many days ago. So many days ago. We've watched AEW and NXT since then. Do you like sour candy? No, but I've definitely had a lot of it. I know that much. What returns do you want to see when fans come back? What do you think of the rumours of WWE 2K22 at SummerSlam? I don't know what those rumours are, but about WWE 2K22 at SummerSlam. Who do I want to come back? I'd probably take Becky. And I'm expecting John and maybe Brock and I don't know. I don't think there's anyone that exciting coming back, is there? Cena's exciting. But I wish I didn't know it was happening. The world ruins everything. Could you imagine if you didn't know John Cena was coming back? Imagine that. Imagine living in a world where John Cena returned and you didn't know it was going to happen. Oh, I want to be in that world. That's what the 90s was a bit like. King Corbin graphics still. He's still coming out to King Corbin graphics. Yeah, he's still down. Look, he's still super sad. He's having a little look around. Wow. Making his way down. Look how sad he is. Baron. Making his way down. Baron Corbin. Oh, bless. You're not yourself when you're hungry. This must be breaking Austin's heart right now. Baron Corbin walking around the edge of the ring, looking super sad. Goes over, climbs up in the corner with Apollo. Corbin is still king. He's king of our hearts. Austin said, "How dare they do that to him? How dare they?" They're teasing him with the Titantron. Jim said, Corbin looks so sad and pathetic. I almost feel sorry for him. Almost feel sorry for him. Almost. Corbin is still the real king, says Austin. Friday nights is the best wrestling show. I think so. I think so. It's not as strong as it used to be, I don't think, SmackDown. It really went through maybe like a couple of months where it was pretty solid all the way throughout. Nakamura's gear is awesome, says Clay Harrison. Pad said, imagine if WWE and AEW became one company. Corbin looks like he's aged about 10 years since last week, says J14. James Kenny said, I hate royally motivated Shinsuke Nakamura. He's very self-centered and not a real king. Boogs is playing guitar outside the ring. And he's got an abdominal stretch on Apollo. Big E. So Big E in with Apollo and a back elbow, and Apollo goes down to kick out by Apollo. When the fans return, I want to see Wade Barrett come out and say, "I'm afraid I've got some bad news." Strike and Corbin goes down. Just can't get a break, can he, this guy? He's just been punched in the face. Clothesline and Big E goes down. Corbin hurling Big E into the timekeeper's area. I wonder if there was something there with Corbin. I wonder if he was a face. I wonder if he was a face, if there'd be something there. I think there might be, you know. Oh, yeah, did you hear that Lana spilt the tea on Jericho's podcast and said that the Thunderdome reactions are rigged? They're rigged. They're not real reactions, guys. Apparently, people in the Thunderdome are told how to react. This has come from Lana. This has come from Lana on Jericho's podcast. I was shocked. I was shocked. I couldn't believe it. I've cancelled my WWE Network subscription. Apparently, they are told how to react. If they're going to boo, they are told to boo. If they're going to cheer. You know, guys, when we've been watching and people have been doing this, apparently they're told to do that. That's what Lana revealed on Jericho's podcast. That is shocking, says James Chadwick. I'm sorry. Look, there's a lot of people that are surprised and upset in the chat right now. There's a lot of tears. There's a lot of... I'm so sorry, guys. I hate to reveal the secrets to wrestling, but Lana revealed it. I didn't reveal it. It came from Lana. Unbelievable. We'll get through this. Apparently, Bayley wants to have a match with Michael Cole as well. Like, she said to the Metro that she's gonna it's going to happen. She wants to have a match with Michael Cole. I can't believe this, says Corey. I'm so sorry. Don't blame me. I don't want to take the heat for this. This is Lana. She's firing shots now that she's left. She is firing shots. She gives no flips. She gives absolutely no flips whatsoever, guys. Next, she's going to tell us that the matches are decided as well. That's what she's going to tell us. She's going to tell us that they know the winners in advance. I won't cope if that's true. I won't cope. Baron Corbin progression in the last few years. Constable Corbin to King Corbin to Epicenter crying jobber Corbin, says BBB Yipsy. Austin said, next thing I know, she's going to tell me that Alexa isn't really possessed. Please tell me that Kane and Undertaker are really brothers. I don't know. We'll have to see what are the shocking things she's going to come out with. It might turn out that Sasha Banks isn't the boss. Oh my god. Oh my god. She's not really the boss. Vince McMahon is the boss. Oh my god. Oh my god. I won't cope. In my eyes, Sasha Banks is the boss. She tells everyone what to do. Oh, some of the stuff that Lana could reveal, shocking. You could make a custom pattern piece with the Constable Corbin head and the talking Stone Cold Austin from like 3 years ago. What? Ant says, and the fake noises from the crowd are fake. No. The fake crowd noises are not fake. They're actually coming from the people in the Thunderdome. There's no way the fake crowd noises are fake. No way. I won't believe that. Lana killing kayfabe like a curtain call. Yeah. It is. It's just like the curtain call. WWE must pay for their sins. At least it isn't scripted. Bianca is the boss and Sasha is the maid of Bianca. Maybe there should be some bizarre title unification match between Shinsuke and R-Truth. Combine the 24/7 title with the crown. That is true. I was in the Thunderdome. There was a guy telling us who to boo and cheer. Don't tell me that's true, Mohammed. Don't tell me. Don't tell me that. Don't tell me that you're told who to boo and cheer. Can't you think for yourself, Mohammed? Are all of these people I see on screen just puppets? Is that what I'm seeing? Just puppets. They might not even be human. They might all be robots. There might be robots backstage in front of computers like this. And they're just like controlled. And all of their reactions are controlled. Like this. That might be what happens in the Thunderdome. I don't know. We'll have to ask Lana. Brony said this tag match has been a bit... I agree. Molly Spoon says, and she said that theme music is recorded and it isn't performed live every time. Oh my god. I thought there was a band backstage. That did all the... Oh my god. Oh, this is good. Yeah, I think it's always good when a match is completely irrelevant and gets interrupted. Brilliant. Brilliant. This is awful. This is awful. There's a car that's being towed and they've actually got footage of the car being towed whilst the match is happening. I mean, in fairness, that's a bad car. I'm pretty sure he can afford a better car than that. Well, there we go. Whilst the match is happening. No, they're showing a car being towed whilst a match is happening, whilst a sporting contest is underway. Can you imagine Roger Federer at Wimbledon about to break, getting like this? Quiet, please. Quiet, please. Oh, by the way, there is a car being towed in the... can we put it on screen? Put it on screen. Roger, I think it's yours. It's this one here. Look, it's this gold one. Unbelievable scenes. That's what we just got. Unbelievable scenes. Imagine during a penalty shootout. Imagine during a penalty shootout during the Euros. He's putting the ball down like this. A lot of tension. He's about to take the penalty. And then on the big screen, the dude's car's being towed. Flip. Unbelievable. Isn't wrestling quirky? Isn't it a little quirky beast? What a little quirky beast wrestling is. Fire Corbin, says William Hensey. Fire Corbin. Corbin's turning face. Days Lana says Becky isn't the man. Oh my god. Guys, Becky isn't a man. Next, we'll find out that wasn't Baron Corbin's actual car. Oh my god. Lana is just ruining everything. She is exposing absolutely everything. Right, Bayley now. Bayley. Half an hour into the show. WWE wants to hire Psycho Sid to pick up bottles and cans around the arena. Bayley. Right, I don't know what this is. She's coming down in civilian attire. Right, Bayley has made her way down. Is Lana going to reveal she wasn't actually married to Bobby Langley? Bobby Langley. Bobby Langley. Tickets available this Friday. Lana said that she was at the PC for 19 hours for a 60-second spot. We're not able to confirm specifics, plans for Zelina, but we're told that at the time she was added to the roster, the hope was to involve her in Money in the Bank. Lana will say the ref is part of the act. They know the finish of each match. You look sexier than yesterday. I feel sexier than yesterday. I think it's really important that every day you feel more sexy than the day before. The Lone Wolf is coming back, says Black Mask. Lana said Big Boss Man was not actually hung. Well, I don't know about that. Lana's going to reveal that she's not actually Russian. Brilliant. Sonny said, Days, your advice helped. I'm in 6th. Well done. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. John said Lana will reveal that she wanted to be married to Bobby Bodkins and wasn't happy when she found out that it wasn't real. Lana will reveal that many female wrestlers dye their hair. That will be shocking. I thought someone like Asuka's hair was naturally that colour. She also revealed Bobby Lashley and Lana didn't really get married. Days, why? So Undertaker isn't dead man. No, and Roman is not a big dog. Lana says that Bayley isn't a role model. Wow. Wow. When is Becky coming back? I don't know. I've not asked her. I've not asked her. Well, I'm waiting to find out just like you. Lana is going to reveal that Eddie isn't Dominic's father. Lana said nothing. Lana said got nothing left after steroid use. What? I didn't even get that one. Bunker said England today. I know, man. As soon as this is done, I'm going to go to sleep and I'm going to wake up and I'm going to be nervous. That's my plan. Go to sleep, wake up, be super nervous. But yeah, England versus Ukraine. Which doesn't sound like a big match, but it is a big match. The Rock is the great one, says List of Jericho. She's going to reveal The Rock isn't actually a rock. That's what she's going to reveal. The Rock is not actually a rock. And that Stone Cold is actually the same temperature as all of us. That's what she's going to reveal. Stone Cold is actually human temperature. That would be shocking. The Stone Cold stands wouldn't know what's hit them. They'll be in shock. Lana will reveal that she's the one that picked out Seth's garish outfits. She might reveal that Seth's just wearing Vince McMahon's wardrobe. That's it. They're not actually garish outfits. They're literally just clothes that Vince McMahon owns. What are you going to stream on Sunday? Church. A church service. No, I was going to stream something to do with July 4th, but I didn't get that far into figuring out what it's going to be. I might just stream me singing America the Beautiful for about 3 minutes and then end the stream. Here's Bayley. She looks like a prisoner. I'm not the type of person to say I told you so, but I told you so. I told you that Bianca's victory was just a fluke. Kyle Martin said, Lana said, my favourite Kane don't actually have fire. Right. So Bayley said the best thing was to see her questioning everything that went wrong. The look in her eyes, the defeat in her eyes. We're almost 40 minutes into this show. Let me tell you. Bianca is clearly crumbling. She better get her head in the game. Days, pray for England. I might have to. Lana reveals that Roman doesn't even own a table. Oh my god, Omar. How can he be head of the table when he doesn't even own a table? Do you think Bianca is still going to be the SmackDown Women's Champion after Carmella beats her? Yeah. They're saying you suck, but now I don't know who's saying it. Is that fake or not, or what is it? I don't know. Bianca? Bianca ain't nothing to Bayley, and here comes Bianca. Bianca. Wow, she looks great. Look at that. Vibrant yellow. Does she always have to dance her way down and swing her hair? They've told her to do that, and man, she never deviates, does she? She never stops. Ba-ba-bum-bum. Ba-ba-bum-bum. Ba-bum. Apparently, for the England game, Sancho will start, and we've got a back four. Oh. 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 I like Sancho starting. Here's Bianca. Go! She didn't do that, but... You might want this, but I have this. And I keep beating you over and over. You're obsessed with me? You think you're in my head? Girl. Lana will reveal that due to budget cuts, she's the one responsible for Bayley's hair. You're not in my head. So, there's only one way to end this. I need to embarrass you to the point of no return. Hair versus hair. Go on. Go on. Go on. I'm over you. Hair versus hair. 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 Money in the bank. Hair versus hair. My title. My title. Versus your hair. Title versus hair. That sucks! I quit match! No! Boo! Boo! Oh, I quit! Shave her head! Shave her head! Shave her head! Shave her head! What's this? You and I both know. You're not the champion you portray yourself to be. Belair versus Bayley in an I Quit match. She's just laughing at her now. Belair's laughing at Bayley. What's funny? I just realised how excited I am to hear you say those words. It's not what I wanted, but I'm still on board. I like Bayley and I really like Bianca, so I'll watch it. I think I'm going to watch it, guys. I'm going to watch it. I'm going to watch it and see how it goes. She also revealed that The Undertaker never pulled anyone into hell. He just pulled them under the ring. Right, we got Paul Heyman backstage. Paul Heyman. Walking, pacing. Here's Jimmy Uso. Will there be a match between Becky and Bianca? I don't know. One day I would imagine so. Where is Roman? Jimmy Uso said, I'm going to call out Edge. I'm going to call out Edge, and I'm going to beat him. Dun, 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 dun. Bow. Last man standing. Money in the Bank qualifier. Roman's still processing the big news about Lana. So you mean, when they put their thumbs down, they don't really hate me? That's what he's thinking. Can't believe it. It's trying. You're right. He's still trying to process it. But what about when they chant "You suck"? Is that not really the fans that's piping that in? Seth said. Lana said that Seth doesn't actually burn things down. Man, she said a lot. She said a lot in this interview. I didn't realise she had said so much, guys. Kevin Owens is screaming. Days, I would not allow Bianca on my boat. She looks like a banana, and that is bad luck. Well, I want to peel her. That's all I can say. I want to peel her and use her for energy. Days, we've got to talk about dripsticks because I'm Johnny Drip Drip. Talk away. Talk away. Shut up, Lana, says McLean. Raw looks decent, says Harley. What about Kofi? Talk about Kofi and Lashley. Lashley's going to beat Kofi. Lashley beats Kofi. That's it. Then everyone cries. Lana will say commentary is already broken before she went through it. The commentary table. You want to peel off her clothes? Depends. Is she a banana? What's under the clothes? Is it banana goodness? If it's banana goodness and it's going to get me through a stream, then sure. But I don't want to upset Montez Ford. Because he might splash me and then spend half an hour like holding his ribs. Guys, you don't want to upset Montez Ford. Don't say anything about Bianca. Because before you know it, he'll come flying and crash down on you. And then he'll be lying next to you going, oh my God, why do I keep doing this? Why do I keep doing this? Oh, I'm going to be sick. Oh my God, this is so painful. Why don't I just punch people in the face? Oh my God. I think I'm coughing up blood. Loser. Lana will reveal that Mick Foley doesn't have 3 faces. Oh, God, these hurt. Each one of these hurt. They hurt. Days Lana is going to reveal that Kane didn't actually shock Shane's plums. Lana's going to reveal she's at the opposite end of the table at dinner time. Lana will say that Eva Marie can't wrestle. Days, have you decided to move to the US? Yes. I'm going to move to the US, guys. I've literally just decided it. I'm going to... Georgia. I'm going to Georgia. I'm going to Georgia. The 3rd biggest city in Georgia. I'm going there. I don't know why. I don't know why. I like the hospitality. That's what I like. Come to Texas. No, I can't. I've already decided. Georgia. I'm going to Georgia. The 3rd biggest city in Georgia. Let me find out what it is. I'll tell you where I'm going to, guys. The 3rd biggest city. I am such a stan for the 3rd biggest city in Georgia. 3rd biggest city in Georgia. I'm a stan for Columbus. I'm going to Columbus. Columbus, 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 Columbus. Columbus is currently 195,739 people. I will make that thought 40. Right, let's find out a little bit about Columbus. Columbus in Georgia. All right, let's have a little look, shall we? In Georgia, here comes Sami Zayn. So, founded in 1828, I think we all know that. It's... Any famous people from there? Let's have a look at famous people. Famous people. Education. They've got education. That's great. They've got transport. There are a list of people. Are these people famous? Wayne Brady, don't know who that is. Don't know who that is. My God, I might easily be the most famous person to come from there. Robert Clay, I think I've heard of him. Blind Tom Wiggins. Amazing. Big fan of Blind Tom Wiggins. Baseball, few baseball players. Sam Mitchell's from there. A couple of football players. Marty Jannetty and Xavier Woods. Oh my God! Marty Jannetty is from there. And Xavier Woods. No, don't know. Is he? He is! Xavier Woods is from Columbus in Georgia. And Marty Jannetty. Guys, I'm gonna be the forgettable one in a tag team. Wow. That's where all the forgettable people in tag teams come from. Columbus, Georgia. Love it. Love it. I knew it. I knew it. And in many ways, isn't that my relationship with Triple T? I'm the forgettable one in a tag team. Woo! There we go. I knew it. I flipping knew it. Marty Jannetty, legend. Yeah. I mean, he kills people and then doesn't tell anyone for about 30 years and then just drops it on Facebook and nothing happens. Legend. And Xavier Woods, who can play the trombone and had a good match about a month ago against someone, maybe Randy Orton, I can't remember. Into the barricade goes Kevin Owens. And he plays video games as well. I thought you meant Columbus in Ohio. No, I would have said Ohio, wouldn't I? I said the 3rd biggest city in Georgia, and it turns out that is a wrestling hotbed. It's an absolute hotbed of wrestling. I knew I was right to go there. I'm so excited. I hope they still live there. I might have a barbecue. Sammy is in the Thunderdome. Lana's going to reveal that HBK didn't really lose his smile. Brilliant. Lana will reveal that Baron's finisher won't be the end of days. I wonder if he'll change it now. Do you think he'll change it to the start of days? New beginnings. Do you think he'll call it, like, sunshine? Sunrise. He'll call it sunrise. It's not the end of days. It's sunrise. I call it sunrise now. Sammy is down on the outside. Kevin Owens. Oh! Crashes down onto Samuel Zayn. Lana's going to reveal that... Don't be silly. Lana's going to reveal that the characters that WWE show on television is not how they would act in real life. Lana says Brock is not a beast. And Shane is not best in the world. Brilliant. Brilliant. Do you remember the spot when Drew sent Sheamus through the Thunderdome screens or vice versa? I do. What's that dude doing? There's a guy with the Smackdown shirt on and he's like... He's doing this. He's like, oh... Sami Zayn is sat in a chair. Kevin Owens is down. Brock is the best. You should do a retro Money in the Bank watch along on Sunday. I might. But then I might not. I want to do something around April. I want to do something around 4th of July. I'm out at the Thunderdome. Probably didn't like me on a phone that much, says List of Jericho. Well, he was probably negotiating some big deals. Lana's going to reveal that the head of the table just owns a table and can't afford anything except a table. She probably will reveal that. Dominic said, Days, you should come to Canada and meet Sonny and eat Timmy's and ride the goose and drink Pepsi to make Austin jealous. No. If Sonny wants to meet up, she can come down to Columbus. That's where I'm doing all my meet and greets. I'm doing them in Columbus. I'm going to have a big barbecue. And Marty Jannetty's going to be there. Days, I work in Columbus. GA at a cut above. Wes, do you? I'm on the way. Wes. I'm having a barbecue. Marty Jannetty's going to be there. He doesn't know yet. It's going to be really awkward, really awful. He's going to say really inappropriate things. And he might kill someone. I don't know. Lana is going to reveal that Days isn't your real name. Shut up. What? Next she'll reveal I'm not 21. Could you imagine? Days barbecue. I live in Georgia. Flip, everyone lives in Georgia, don't they? I knew that this was the right place to pick. It seems to be where our community is based. R.I.P. the Patriot. I don't know much about him, says Hasib. I mean, like, WWE didn't do any kind of graphic or anything, did they? So, it's kind of... He wasn't the biggest name, in truth. But, you know, he had some runs. And it was definitely something that, you know, it's nice to see people recognising. But I can't say I'm surprised they haven't done a graphic or mentioned it. Ricky245 says, you should do a retro Great American Bash. That's a good shout. That's a good shout. I'm definitely up for that. I'm definitely up for Great American Bash. Let's have a look, actually, and see Great American Bash. I just want to have a look and see if there are any that were... Let's have a look. Great American. Were they all on July 4th? God, it's brought up Great American Insurance. I mean, I probably should put Bash and wrestling in all fairness. It's probably my fault. Great American Bash. July 6th, July 10th, July... Look at all this. None are on July 4th. None are on July 4th. July 6th. The 87 ones just says July. But 88 was the 10th. 89 was 23rd. 90 was 7th. 91 was 14th. 92 was 12th. 95 was 18th. 96 was 16th. 97 was 15th. 98 was 14th. 99 was 13th. 2000 was 11th. 2004 was June 27th. I mean, none of them are on July 4th. That sucks. That sucks. Right. Who's your favourite soccer player? Bellingham. Plays for England, but doesn't play that much. Might play tomorrow. Born in Stourbridge. Born and raised. Stourbridge boy, just like me. Into ring post goes Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn collapses down. Bianca and Orte versus Becky and Seth, says Philip. Montez Ford. One started walking fast towards me when I was trying to feed ducks. J14, what are you on about? Sarah said, I live in Georgia. Everyone lives in Georgia. It's the place to be. Owens' arm is heavily wrapped, by the way, with that. I don't know what that tape is. I don't know what it does. Some special tape. I know it as Cesaro tape. I feel like Cesaro's been held together by that tape throughout his life. Owens has got a table. Let me know when the barbecue is so I can come down a few days before to cut the grass and get the hedges in order. Well, you legend. You don't have to do that. Right, we're halfway through the show. As soon as we get to the next commercial break, we will get the halftime scores. Oh, look at this. Number one story on the BBC. US companies have been hit by colossal cyber attack. What is this? Number one story on BBC. US companies hit by colossal cyber attack. The number one story. What is going on, America? About 200 businesses have been hit by a ransomware attack. Wow. We'll get to that in a bit. A couple of tables have been set up. Days, green eggs, ham, and cheese. Why have you listed a load of stuff, dude? We've got Kevin Owens on the outside. Sammy over the top comes crashing down onto Kevin Owens. Yeah, I don't know. Well, it is. I mean, that's the BBC website. Says that over 200 companies have been hit by ransomware, but it doesn't say what them companies are. And it would mean that I have to read it, and I just can't be bothered, to be honest. I'm going to look at CNN. CNN. Don't have any story on it, actually. CNN, where's Fox? Let's see what they're saying. Fox. Fox aren't mentioning it. BBC are talking about it. Guys, you're being lied to. You're not being told the truth. The BBC are saying that there's been an attack on 200 companies, but CNN aren't reporting it, and neither are Fox. I trust the BBC, though. Exploder into the corner. This should have been the main event, says Anux. CNN is fake news, says Johnny. Yes, but I got that from BBC. It came from BBC. It didn't come from CNN. I checked CNN to see what they were saying, and I checked Fox to see what they were saying, because I know, Democrats like one, Republicans like the other. We play it down the middle. But neither were talking about it. Is Spinzola out of the tournament? I haven't heard yet. Big move. Owens plants Sami Zayn. BBC is number one. There's a lot of love for BBC. Yeah, I mean, I must admit, if they're reporting it, I trust it. Sami Zayn is getting over to the ropes. He's trying to get back up to his feet. He's over in the corner. Lana will reveal that TikTok is a phone app anyone can use. She did not invent it. Sami in the corner. And super kick by Kevin Owens. So, Sami in the corner. Another super kick. Owens still having a look at Sami, trying to figure out how to put him down. It's last man standing, so you've got to get your opponent down for 10. Big chop. Owens up top. Sami goes in between the legs. He pushes Owens through the table. Goes through 2 tables on the outside. And Owens goes through the tables. Referee's counting away. Owens, is he going to get back up to his feet? That's a bump that we saw at WrestleMania 36, was it, with Kofi? Oh, he's back up on his feet on 10. Kevin Owens gets back up onto his feet on the count of 10. And we go to commercial break. Reports are that Spinazzola tore his Achilles and could be out for 12 months. Oh, I didn't want that. I just wanted him out of the tournament because in case they faced England. I don't want him missing 12 months. What a player he has been. Wow. Getting your halftime scores. Halftime scores. Are you loving it? Are you tolerating it? Are you loathing it? Are you enjoying it? How do you feel? How you feeling? How are you? You alright? Kevin Owens survived. Raw looks decent. We've got Lashley and MVP versus Kofi and Xavier. My neighbour, Xavier Woods. And we've got Miz TV with Morrison, Ricochet, Riddle and Drew. 8.5, 8, 7.55, 6.75, 6.5, 6.75. Austin says 0. 8, 8.5, 7, 7, 9.1, 7.5, 10 out of 10, 6.5, 7, 5, 7, 8.2, 6.75, 7, 5.54, 8.5, 9.9, 6.25, 0, 6.75, 11, 6.75, 7.5, 7.25. Days Great American Bash 2007 was on the 4th of July. 5 says Wes Herron, 7 says Stuttering Steves. Not to sound dramatic, says Wrestle with Andy, but this is the greatest night in the history of our sport. 6.5 says Trey, 6.25 says Spike, 0 says Austin, 6.75 says Brony, 3 says Tamonte, 7.2 Lana Loose Lips, please don't call her that, 3 says William, 7 says Sonny, 6 says Ricky, 8.5 says Dominique, Brony with a 6.75, 5 says 1987 Big Fan, 6.5 says Deku, 5 says Bonkers, 5 says Smurfy Tunes, 4 says Brian Coleman, J14 with a 6.75, Brony with a 6.75, Days, why aren't you going to shave your beard? 4.5 says Julie. I haven't watched the whole show yet, says Johnny. 10 out of 10 because Edge is a goat. Who won? Says J-Way. Z says 9. Ant Washington says 6.25. 1987 Big Fan says 5. 6.75 because I'm missing it, says Harley. Heather and Harley both said 6.75. 6.5 says BBB Yipsy. 7 out of 10 says Capsman, but NHL 10 out of 10. 6.75, 7, 6, 9.25, 6.75. I think Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn are addicted to almost killing each other. Guys, there we go. There's the halftime scores, and we're going up, then we're up, then we're... Oh, BT. BT just will not allow those ads, will they? Why are they not showing that? It's only an advert for SummerSlam. Tickets on sale now. There's been a lot of slamming going on, guys, and there's some tables being set up. I guess I should say maybe he would have more to do over there. Days, can you unban Bright Wolf from your chat? I have no idea. I don't get... I mean, can I? Yeah. But could I find them? I mean, there are hundreds, if not thousands, of banned people from over the years. So trying to find that. For some reason, they don't have a search feature. So if someone's banned, like, you've got to go through the whole list to try and find them. It's a nightmare. If you get banned, doesn't look good. That's all I'm going to say. Doesn't look good. If you get banned, I can't guarantee there's a way back. Sammy is on the steps. Kevin Owens coming over. American Girl, shout out to you. Gongcast said, have you seen the photos of the Gulf of Mexico? En Fuego. I don't know what that means. And where's Lily? Hopefully in the trash. I don't know what the Gulf of Mexico, En Fuego. Does that mean on fire? En Fuego. I don't know what that means. En Fuego. In my mind, that's on fire. Have you seen the pictures of the Gulf of Mexico on fire? Maybe Lily's on fire. Maybe Lily's on Fuego. Where's Lily? She's on Fuego. Shout out to Marine Garrett Haskell. Shout out. Right, Kevin Owens is down outside the ring. This match has had plenty of time, hasn't it? They've given it lots of time. Exploder. Brazil is winning 1-0. Jesus got a red card. Oh my God. Jesus got a red card, guys. Guys, what world is this where we're sending Jesus off? What world is this? What world is that? I don't want to live in a world where we're giving Jesus a red card. We've got to learn to accept him, guys. We've got to learn to let him in, haven't we? And I don't mean the Fiend. I'm talking about Jesus. We certainly can't go dishing out red cards. They're going to regret that. They are absolutely going to regret that. Shout out to the best running back out of the Bellows Falls, Joe Haskell. Here we go. He's going for a haluva. Boom! Kevin Owens is down. The Gulf of Mexico is on fire. No way! Yes! En Fuego does mean on fire? Wow, check me out. Guys, I am just speaking Mexican, left, right, and buffalo. Oh my God, I can speak Mexican and I didn't even know it. Fajita en fuego. Brilliant. Owens has got back up to his feet. And Sami Zayn is livid. He is angry. Such a good match, says Harley. Yeah, no politics. We don't do politics. Let's not do politics. There's enough to divide us with wrestling. We can argue about so many things. We don't even need politics. Kevin Owens catches Sami. Sami is out in the corner. Grabs Kevin Owens against the ropes. Pop-up powerbomb. Boom! Connects. Lisa, shout out to you. Shout out to you, Lisa. Lisa, it's your birthday. Happy birthday, Lisa. Reminds me of the Michael Jackson Simpsons episode. Lisa, I don't know why, Lisa. Just that was for you. Shout out to you. And happy birthday. Stunner. Sami goes down and he rolls to the edge of the ring and flops out the ring. Stunner. Do you know French? Sure. Bonjour. Je m'appelle Deus. Petit pois. I know it all. Karma. Boom. Wow, the table exploded. Proper exploded. Here we go. One more through this table as well. Boom. And he's grabbing the beard. What's he putting him through now? Through the announce table. Through another table. And onto the edge of the ring. That'll do it. That'll do it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10. Sami just screaming in pain. Kevin Owens wins. Kevin Owens! Good for a SmackDown match, that. Good for a SmackDown match. Nice end as well. Michael Cole said these two beating the hell out of each other just for the opportunity to get into Money in the Bank. So, John Morrison, Ricochet, Riddle, Drew, Big E, Kevin Owens. It's shaping up to be a good field, that, isn't it? Looks like there's some good people in that. That was brutal. The last power bomb was what he did to him in NXT. And that put Sami out. There's Edge. Who's she? Edge is like, Megan, right? Good to see you. I didn't know her name. How did he know her name? I didn't know her name. So this Megan talking to I must admit, I'm looking at that Megan and I'm thinking she could play Princess Diana in a film. She really could. You got to change her hair and her clothes, but I'm looking at her and I'm seeing the people's princess. That's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing the people. I'm seeing the Queen of Hearts. I'm seeing the Queen of Hearts. It's exactly what she should do. She should go on to become Princess Diana. She could be a Princess Diana lookalike. Even though she doesn't really look like her, but I can see there's just enough there. Here comes Sonya Deville. And the biggest shock, her jeans, her trousers are not ripped. Let me repeat that. She has got actual trousers on that are not ripped. This woman is addicted to ripped trousers. We see a glimpse of last Friday. You can see the trousers were ripped last Friday. But this week they are not ripped. Not Princess Diana. Princess Diana. The Queen of Hearts. Is this going to be another announcement? What if she announces Princess Diana? Days, I think most of the time they're friends in real life, but sometimes they have a fallout, so they ask for a match so that they can kill each other. More breaking news from Days. Yeah. Cringe Mella. Lana reveals that Miro is in fact God's favourite champion. Wow, God's a bit busy right now because Jesus just got a red card in the Copa America. Days isn't a Muppet. Days is in fact my mother. Okay, that's strange. Don said it's Liv Morgan time. To Boy says, oh my god, it'll be Liv Morgan. Oh my god, yes. So weird. Like, to Boy, what do you like about Liv Morgan? I'm not a Liv Morgan hater. We were talking to Liv Morgan Stan earlier, and that was great. But why do we get these? I don't get these I just don't get them. Like, how do it? Yes, it's Liv Morgan. Oh, yes. What is it? What is it? Let me know, Don. What is it? Why Liv time? Liv Morgan. Oh, yes. I've never felt so alive. What? How do these reactions? What's happening? I hope Sonia says Liv Morgan. See, that's a bit more. That's a little bit more reserved. Oh, I just wonder what sparks that. That's what I want to know. Let's not talk politics. Let's not talk politics. She's so good and so funny. Did you see her slap Carmella last week? Liv is the best. She's so good and so funny. Where's she? Where's she funny? Where's she funny? On her Twitter or Instagram or something? Liv is the last one standing from the Riot Squad, says Brian. There's Liv Morgan, Stan. Look, as I said, I'm not a Liv Morgan hater. Nothing but respect for Liv Morgan, Stan. She's not. Lana revealed that refs were told to give Jesus a red card. She's just funny. Okay. She's not good at all. She's decent, though. I just want to understand. Some Liv. Hey, listen, I will not have anything said against Liv Morgan, Stan. I will not have a word said. That's fine. Listen, if people enjoy her and all that, more power to you. I just wondered what it was. Why there was people like I saw her as soon as people got excited that Liv was going to be mentioned. I just wondered what it was. She really has connected with a few people. There's no denying that. She really has connected. Lana will reveal that Columbus, Ohio is actually better than Columbus, Georgia. My pants are taller than Liv Morgan. Money, 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 money. Money, 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 money. Here comes I Need Liv in the Bank. What did she do to earn it, Days? Here comes I Need Liv in the Bank. What did she do to earn it, Days? Well, if she's going to announce it, I don't mind it. But I just wondered why people were like. All right, hang on. I think you should join us. What's this? Why is Boogs being such a douche? Why is he being a douche? What, who wrote this? Yeah, I agree. Is this hilarious to you? I really like Boogs, but this is a bad segment for Boogs. Screw you. Yeah, fair play, Corbin. This is actually getting sympathy onto Corbin, but it's not making... I don't get it. People love Boogs. Why have you used Boogs that way? Boogs has turned heel. Dynamic. Driven. What? What? This is a surprise! This is a surprise! This is a surprise! What? Why is Michael Cole pouring water all over this? Why is Michael Cole pouring water on this? Michael Cole's like, well, this is a surprise. This is a surprise! What is this? Am I awake? What's going on? W. This wasn't reported anywhere. Oh my god. This is huge. I wasn't ready for this. I wasn't ready for this. She looks like the Red Rooster. Wow. Guys, what you think? Surprise, surprise. Look who's back. OMG. Zelina Vega has returned. This is amazing. This is amazing. This is amazing. Why have they... What is this? Why? What? How's that even fair? This is amazing. I'm one of the most popular female competitors in WWE history. When I hear her talk, I hear AJ Lee. Does anyone else hear AJ Lee? Man, she is... I'm sorry, but she is ripping liver apart. Yeah. Watch me, let me show you. Wow, I can't believe that Zelina Vega is back. But what a weird way to return her. And it's like, I don't know, like Michael Cole no-sold that at all. That return feels big, but it doesn't. It feels like WWE don't think it's big. The impression I get is that WWE don't think this is a big deal. In WWE's mind, most people watching don't even know that Zelina Vega, like, left. Like, probably, you know, if people are just tuning in every once in a while, maybe they don't follow it, like, that close. Like, the casual viewers probably don't even know that she's gone. So they've brought her back, and, like, Michael Cole's like, you know, she's brilliant. It's great to see her. We haven't seen her in a while. Like, it's not, like, Michael Cole hasn't gone, what? She's back! She's back! We'd heard that she'd been released from WWE or anything like this. It's just like, yeah, she's cool. Liv more, Zelina Vega's here. Like, totally no-sold it. She gets into the ring. She gets put straight into Money in the Bank. Which, alright, if she's a heel, fine. Yeah, I think she should have to qualify. But if she's a heel, whatever. And then, like, Liv comes down and it's all like, I don't know, like, the whole thing just feels like it's just not a big deal. In fact, they can't see it as a big deal because they wouldn't have brought her back without fans if they thought it was a big deal. If they thought that was a big deal, they would have waited for fans. If they thought that was a big deal. Like, there's no reason why would you not have a mystery person for the Money in the Bank? Why not have Sonya Deville say, we've got a mystery person. I can't tell you the final person. We've got a mystery person that will be it. And then at the show, you bring out Zelina Vega. Like, why would you not do that? Why would you not do that? Instead, they've brought her out now, poured a bit of cold water on it already, straight off the get-go. It doesn't make any sense. It does not make any sense. Does not make any sense. I can't get my head around it. Why have they poured cold water on it? Why have they already decided this isn't a big deal? Joaquin said the smart marks are gonna be surprised. Lol. I doubt the crowd would pop. I think they would. I think you're gonna see a reaction on social media. I think that it was... Don't forget, she left WWE, and, a lot of it was to do with... her having Twitch, and there was a lot of talk. Not only she didn't just leave quietly, there was a lot of talk about her having a Twitch channel and that being part of the reason why she left. And there was a lot of like outpouring towards her saying you deserve better and all stuff like this. Like, there was a bit of a commotion around when she went. So it's not as if she just like quietly went into the night and we never heard anything and now she's come back. Don't forget, on AEW, Andrade has been teasing that he's got a surprise. And if you was in our AEW stream, and if you was on the Fight TV app, it's Zelina's name that's constantly getting mentioned. Everyone's expecting her to be in AEW. Everyone's expecting her to be the surprise for Andrade. So I have to disagree that like fans wouldn't have known who this was or wouldn't have popped. I think this is a big deal. I think this is a big deal. I think it's not big like Cena. It's not big like The Rock. But I certainly think there would have been a pop. I certainly think this is like this. I feel like this is a big deal. I feel like this is worthy of having a crowd. I don't get it. I just don't get it. And now we've got her taking on Liv Morgan. I don't get it. She supported unionization. Oh yeah, didn't she tweet something like that? Like, I support the union or something like this. There was a commotion around when she left. Lena Vega versus Liv Morgan. Zelina is a good manager, but she's an average wrestler. Well, I mean, I don't know what plans they're going to have for her, to be honest. I mean, they might have brought her back because they're going to look to use her as a manager or something. Don't know. Austin said, I think you're making her bigger than she is. To be honest, her return was a big surprise, but she's not Becky. No, she's not Becky. I'm not saying she's Becky. I'm not saying she's Becky. I'm not saying she's Cena. I'm not saying any of that. I'm saying that in this day and age, it's really rare to have a surprise like this and for it to not get spoiled. I had no idea she was on this show. I didn't even know that she'd re-signed with WWE. And a lot of reports are that she was meant to be going over to... Or rumours were that she'd go to AEW. I did not expect her to be not only on this show, but I didn't know that she was back with WWE at all. I had no idea. I know. I'm not even speculating. I know. I know this is a big deal. Not big like Becky, but like... Liv has won. Trying to think what you'd compare it to. It's hard to think what you compare it to. I'm thinking like an NXT call-up or something along those lines. I think it's crowd-worthy. A surprise return that none of us knew about. How about that? Liv is garbage in the ring, says Brony. Maybe they didn't want her to return to be overshadowed by the others that are coming. That's a good point. That's a good point. Wow, I can't believe that. I'm really shocked by it. I'm really genuinely shocked. In this day and age, like, do you remember earlier I was saying, could you imagine if we didn't know about Cena? Like, I wish we didn't know Cena was coming back. I had no idea that was about to happen. It's so rare for something like that to happen in wrestling now. Oh, I wish they'd brought her back. They've brought her back to lose to Liv Morgan. Not a fan of the Messiah stuff. Why is everyone shocked that Liv won? It's just a bit, just sucks to bring Zelina back that way. So Seth Cesaro Money in the Bank qualifying match next week. Seth starts laughing. Shoulder was up. Zelina was robbed. Do you think WWE rushed their returns because they've got huge hype around here and they want to combat AEW rumors? I like the point that was made just like maybe they've got other things planned and so they didn't want her return overshadowed. So I don't know if they've rushed it back or what really, but I mean, look, that's going to be trending. That's going to be on social media. She was someone that got a lot of sympathy when she was released. A lot of people really, really like Zelina Vega. Like, she was respected for, like, her work as a manager. And maybe her in-ring stuff didn't really get her, you know, the respect that she would have wanted for that. But her as a person, people like her. And as I said, you know, I think that I've been waiting for her to come to AEW. I really have. I really thought that's what Andrade was teasing with his, like, announcement every week. And I've seen people putting in the chat, like, Zelina. I've seen people saying it on Fight TV. I've seen the hype around Zelina might be going to AEW. So for WWE, out of nowhere, to just bring her onto SmackDown is quite shocking, considering that also wasn't spoiled. But, I mean, that's... I don't think WWE see it as a big deal. I mean, if they did, they surely wouldn't have brought her back that way. You know? They've just had to lose to Liv Morgan. It doesn't really make any sense. Don't know. I'd bring her in as a mystery. I really would. I'd bring her in as a mystery guest. I would have a mystery person in Money in the Bank and bring her in that way. Wow. There was a story about Zelina at the PC a few weeks ago. There was. And there was thoughts that she would re-sign, but then they released Aleister Black. And then there was no other talk about her at the PC. So as a result of that, I kind of thought, Well, yeah, they've just released Aleister Black. She's not gonna come back if he's not there. And she has. It's amazing. What do you think Andrade's surprise will be now that Zelina's out the window? I have no idea. I thought she was going to AEW. Her being a mystery opponent in Money in the Bank would have been cool. Maybe Zelina wants to be put over Liv. I don't think it really matters what anyone wants, does it? I mean, it's all going to come down to Vince at the end of the day. Who do you think it was before Sonya announced it? Who did you think? I thought Liv. I was expecting them to announce Liv. You'd seen there'd been a bit of excitement in the chat, and I was asking people, why are you so excited for it being Liv? So I was prepared for it to be Liv. And when she said Zelina Vega, there's a real moment when she said it. I was like, I couldn't get my head around it. It's so rare for something like that to not be spoiled. I love that moment. I wish they hadn't completely then just poured cold water all over it. I wish, like, Michael Cole had popped. Do you know what I mean? Like, even flipping Pat McCarthy that wets himself over everything on the show didn't make any noise for, like, Zelina Vega coming out. Yet the rest of us are going, ah! I don't get it. I just don't. I really feel like this show is made for someone, like, people that, not me. Because there's so many things that happen on the show that just don't go the way that I would book them or what I would expect. They just go a completely different direction. It's really strange. I agree Zelina should have been a surprise because fans would be expecting Becky or Sasha. Zelina can't be put over Liv. They're the same size. Get over it. Zelina can't be put over Liv. Well, it doesn't have to be Liv. I don't really care about Liv. Like, Zelina Vega's come back after being released. And she's come back. And I kind of feel like to have her come back and then lose her first match, it's got nothing to do with Liv. Why make her lose? Like, literally seconds after she's just come back in a surprise return. Doesn't make any sense. Sean Ross covered a Zelina story earlier, but you had to buy his Patreon. Nah, that sucks. Question, if WCW was still around, do you think WWE would have a better storyline product? If WWE was still around, do you think they'd have a better product? Yeah, sure. They definitely pushed them to be more creative. Because you can't afford to, like, when you're going up against someone, you can't afford to be losing the ratings battle. But there's no one up against them. Is that even AEW's just not a competition? That's not offense. I'm not being offensive. I'm just saying they don't go head to head with WWE anymore, and they've never gone head to head with like SmackDown and Raw. I think Andrade might be teasing Selena De La Renta. That would be good. That would be good. Yeah, she's recently left, hasn't she? MLW. What is this? Is this Angelo Dawkins? Angelo Dawkins versus Otis. WWE doesn't make any sense. They hire writers that don't know anything about wrestling. Well, that's true, innit? That's true. They probably didn't want to hype it up for her to then lose. Why? Don't have her lose. Don't have her lose. Like, it's really simple. They can very easily fix that. Don't have her lose, or don't have her have a match the first week she comes back. Right, we're underway with Otis and Angela Dawkins. Is this the main event? We've got 18 minutes, and no. Didn't they say that they're gonna have? Didn't they say that they're gonna have Jimmy call out Edge at the end or something? Sasha Banks is back at the Performance Center. Why does everyone hate Liv? I don't think people hate Liv. I don't hate Liv. I just think that she hasn't done anything. That's why I was trying to ask, like, why people loved her. Otis looks better with a beard. I think he looks better without. I think he looks different without. He looks moody without. He does. He looks moody. I like the change. Days, we're finally getting Zelina Vega, Eva Marie. What a great match that's going to be. Liv and Zelina Stan. I have evolved. Shout out to you, dude. You've evolved, my friend. You're standing a couple of people now. That's a lot of work to stand 2 people. That's a lot of work. I respect that. I just brought Zelina's Collector's Edition Elite yesterday. Big splash. Wow, great splash by Otis. I love how serious Otis is, you know. I could get on board with Otis. He just delivered a big splash, and then he just looked at the camera. Like, you get Vader vibes from him, you know what I mean? He's, like, really serious, really moody. There's no fun and games with Otis. I really like that. And now he's just squash it, and this is a good person to squash, man. Angelo Dawkins. 1, 2, 3. He's just destroyed 1/2 of the Street Profits on his own. He hasn't even broken a sweat. I can get on board with Otis like this, man. I really can. I really like Otis. It's just, look at this. Look at this splash. And look, do you know what? Look, it's just hit a splash like that. Yeah? And at no point does he go, oh! Oh! Oh, my ribs! Ah! He just hits the splash and moves on with his life. He could be a monster, man. You get, like, King Kong Bundy vibes from him. Very much so. Put him in a black singlet. Just a black singlet. Alpha Academy should be the next contenders for the titles. Angelo Dawkins is getting jobbed out now that Montez Ford is injured. Those noises sound sexy. LSW said, I agree, Otis looks hardcore with this new look. Oh, man. Do you know what? I was really... Do you think that Zelina Vega is a one-time pay-per-view thing? I hope not. I don't think they would do a one-time pay-per-view thing, to be honest. I want her to be a manager. She's an awesome manager. She's a great manager. She's a great manager that can jump in and wrestle. Since day 1-ish. It's amazing that she's back. I can't believe there was no rumours on that. A secret return in wrestling. You just don't get them. It's amazing. Do you know Grim? I know, yeah, sort of. I mean, I don't know him very well. But he's been very kind towards me in the past and sent some nice comments and whatnot. So, nothing but respect to Grim. Days, did you know Paul Heyman used to manage Cesaro? I did. Yeah, I remember it. Zelina should manage Pete Dunne. He needs a mouthpiece. That's true. That's true. I could sort of vibe with that. I kind of feel like Latinos is like really her thing. So I don't know. Pete Dunne, I don't know. I mean, she managed Angel Garza and Andrade. She was brilliant for Andrade. I mean, I don't know where Andrade would be if it wasn't for Zelina Vega. He was struggling in NXT till she became his manager. I really like her, man. I really like her. Aleister Black gonna return next? I hope so. Imagine if he does and she manages him. That would be fantastic. That would be brilliant. Are we going to see an Aleister Black return? I hope so. I really hope so. I hadn't heard anything about her, so... But, I mean, that is also something that opens up, isn't it? It opens up the possibility of him coming back. It really does. I mean, apparently they felt like they made a mistake by letting him go. So, could he come back? Sure. And would you say that's now more likely because she's here? Maybe. Maybe. I think them two together would be awesome. Andrade was popular before WWE. He was, but then he spent quite a while in NXT struggling. But outside of WWE, he was La Sombra. But yeah, when he came to NXT, he spent a good chunk of time just on his own, and it wasn't really working for him. It very much, like Kushida, exactly like Kushida. Andrade was massive outside of WWE. Came to NXT, struggled. Like, I would say that Kushida is struggling right now. I think, is he still the Cruiserweight champ? Can't remember. Or did he... I can't remember. I can't even remember if Kushida's the champ or not. I kind of feel that Kushida needs a manager. If she managed Kushida, that could be amazing. That might be someone really good for her to manage. I feel like he really needs a mouthpiece. But someone really good. I don't think Bivens would do it, or Robert Stone wouldn't do it. You need someone really credible. She's good. She can wrestle. She could be as big as Bliss was. I hope Edge can see where Roman is, because he couldn't last week. I saw a poster about creaming. I was so mad at the poster, I removed it and placed it with a PG symbol. Brilliant. No, exactly like Kenta. Kenta? A Doc Brown themed manager would be great. They did have a little like Doc Brown person that would come out at Wrestle Kingdom, didn't they? He wasn't like a permanent manager or anything, but yeah, that would be good. That would be good. I don't know if they'd get in trouble though with like Back to the Future and whatever. How dare you? Robert Stone is the greatest manager ever. Yeah, but he's a comedy manager. I don't think Kushida necessarily needs that. Would you like it if she managed Bronson Reed? Yeah, it might work. That might work. That would be alright. If she managed Bronson Reed, that could be fun. I tell you, the only problem is if they call Bronson Reed up, isn't Bronson Reed just like what they're trying to do with Otis? Maybe Bronson Reed's like the good Otis. But what do we do with the bad Otis? Do we do Bronson Reed versus Otis? Who would win that? They both need to win it. Might be best to keep them on separate brands. It's difficult, isn't it? I really like Otis. What I just saw from Otis, I really enjoyed. Can I just tell you, I was struggling to get into this show. First hour, I wasn't feeling this show. Owen Sami Zayn was decent. But man, that Zelina Vega moment. I'm right there. I'm right there now. And now I'm watching Otis and I'm like proper into it. That Zelina Vega thing, it's really flipped the whole show for me. It's made a big difference. I really enjoyed that. I thought it was great. Jimmy Uso. Do you think Aleister Black will bring back the Dark Father? I don't know, buddy. I don't know. Maybe we get another return next week, says Mimi Yuck. Maybe we're just going to get returns week after week after week till the end of the year. This ain't no trap. This is just an oos calling you out. 9 minutes left. We didn't know about Edge last week. Oh my God, you're right. Edge last week. Zelina Vega this week. Man, they're just hitting us with returns all the time. Lana's gonna reveal who the Dark Father is. Here comes Edge. Has the cameraman fallen over? I think the cameraman fell over. All of a sudden, the camera was down here, and you could see his hand. You think you're smart? You think you're smart? He's using you. Days, do you think Black will be back since Vega is back? I think there's a chance, bud. Yeah. Lee said, I go away and miss Lena Vega. Dude, it was fire. It was, well, we thought it was fire. Michael Cole wasn't that impressed. Oh, now you're just one of Roman's B words. The Man will be back next week. Andre the Giant is the father. Andre the Giant's coming back next week. All SmackDown Money in the Bank qualifying matches were rematches. Cameraman got freaked out with the smoke. He didn't want the smoke. He's clearly not a member of the Street Profits. He did not want the smoke. Into the corner. Wow, into the corner goes Jimmy Uso. Michael Cole is horrible at selling. Oh, man. It was such a shame. Days, the whole female roster is upset with WWE hiring Jamie Horowitz as Executive Vice President of Development and Digital. I don't know what this is. I haven't heard this story. Austin said, everyone, we should predict 2 returns next week. I say Jay if he's not showing up tonight. CM Punk. CM Punk, I've said it. CM Punk. CM Punk. CM Punk. CM Punk. Is next week the last week with no fans? The last week without fans, they bring back CM Punk. CM Punk. CM Punk. CM Punk. And Vince comes out and says, you don't deserve to see him live. He's all mine. Do you know how much I've spent on him? Do you know how much he's costing me? It's costing me millions. I'm not going to share him with you. You can see him on TV and that's it. But you'll never see him live. CM Punk. CM Punk. CM Punk. CM Punk. That would be a heel move, wouldn't it? Imagine that. He brings back CM Punk and then never allows him to perform in front of a live crowd. All his promos are pre-taped. All his matches are cinematic. And he comes back the final week before fans. CM Punk. CM Punk. That's how I would book it. I'd book it exactly that way. Spear by Edge. Edge spears Uso. Next week we get the return of Raw Underground on SmackDown. Amazing. Amazing. Maybe next week it's Ryback. Oh my god! Next week it's Ryback. Do you know, I went on his stream just briefly. He was streaming. He comes across like a really nice guy. I really liked him. He was just saying, like, guys, you know, there's some bad people out there, and I don't want to say anything, and I don't want my words getting twisted, and I was just listening to him for a bit, and he came across like a really nice guy. I was a bit like, I feel sorry for Ryback. Oh, and look, there we go. Look, he's doing to Jimmy what he did to Roman. Look at his eyes, Roman. Look at his eyes. I bet him and Naomi have done stuff like that, haven't they? I bet that's a regular around the Usos' house. I don't stop. And do you know what? He said, I don't stop, moments after he stopped. Someone should point that out, that he actually stopped in order to say, I don't stop. And he made himself look silly. Lana reveals that next week will be the return of Rob Van Dam. LSW said, no, don't feel sorry for Ryback. I want to stub my toe when I hear his name. You should go on one of his live streams. Well, I went on one because I saw he was live, and I was like, oh, I'll check this out. And I went on, and there was about 100 people watching, and he, I've knocked the camera. There was about 100 people watching, and he was being quite nice. I was like, oh, I like this guy. I wasn't a fan of him as a wrestler, but I was like, oh, he gets a lot of bad rap, you know, and maybe he deserves it. He never did it for me. Don't get me wrong, I was never a fan, and when he left, whatever. And I'm not calling for him to come back or anything, but he did. I felt something, guys. I felt something. I watched his live stream and I felt something, and I was like, oh. Do you know what? It's just a guy. It's just, it's like that girl, that German girl that was crying. Do you know what I mean? I see him pretty much the same as that. Like, I just kind of, you feel sorry for people sometimes. You feel sorry for people. I felt sorry for that German girl, and I feel sorry for Ryback. And in my mind, they're basically the same. 8 out of 10. Zelina Vega's boosts it up. Next week will be the return of Jimmy Super Thighs Snookums. Okay. There's Jamie Horowitz got fired from Fox because of... Bum, bum, bum. 8 out of 10 says Kieran. Capsman says Lightning 4. Canadians second intermission. Scott says 9. Bonkers says 6. Brony says 7. The spear Edge did was really weak. 8 says Sonny. 9 says Scott. Wrestling with Andy says next week. Didn't see the rest of it. Hang on. Next week is the long-awaited debut of Haid Vanson. Big debut. Finally time. Austin says 7. Airflow says 7. Invisibility Activated says 775. Trey Gaming says 7.5. Philip says 6. Mia Yim Reckoning next week. Oh my God, we might get the return of Keith Lee. What a return that would be. And he might have to change his name. Name copyrighted, and they want to copyright it. So he might have to arrive as Otis 2 or something. Do you know what I mean? 100 out of 100. Jason says 875. Storm says 8. Vinster the Great. I wish I could like sit back. Do you know how many hours I have to sit on the edge of this sofa? I have to have that here, and I always have to sit here like this. Not good for my posture. It's really not good for my posture. I wish I could just, if I could sit here, I think I'd be a lot healthier if I could put that like there. I mean, if I put it there, I feel like that's too far away. Is it too... Hang on, let me just have a look at the levels. I know this is boring for you, but... it's not bad. It's not bad, is it, I suppose? And I can sit back here. I'm a boomer, guys. Do you know what I mean? I'm a boomer. I'm trying to think where I can sit to get good posture. That's what I'm thinking. And I'm thinking, like, I could sit back here like this. Could have a little blanket. I could do my knitting. Like that. Do you know what I mean? 7.2 botched Zelina Vega returns out of 10. You look like a sexy king when you sit back. I feel like a sexy king. 8 out of 10. It was solid. You mean that's not your bed? Well, it doubles up as my bed. AEW stands are going to be... AEW stands are going to be real mad about Zelina. What's your score? I was not feeling this show, right? I'm going to be 100 with you guys. I was not feeling that tag match at the start. I didn't need it. I can't even remember what else happened, but I didn't need it. And, like, the Owens-Zayn thing was fine. I was getting into that a bit, but I've seen them fight so many times that I was just like... I think people were, like, around 6 or something, and I was probably struggling to get to that, to be honest. So, I reckon I was probably about, like, a 5.75 max at the half-time score. But then Zelina came back, and that's an easy point, maybe even a touch more. I really enjoyed the Otis thing. So, I'm actually going to finish on a 7.25. I'm going to finish on a 7.25, but make no mistake about it, a large chunk of that is Zelina Vega. A large chunk of that is Zelina Vega. Like, she might have got 1.5 marks for that. Because I can't guarantee that Otis would have shifted the score all that much. But I like Otis. And I like what they've done with him. But, man, that Zelina moment. Do you know what? I'm going to tell you something here. There's very few occasions. I want you to hear this. There's very few occasions. Sadly, this is sad. There's very few occasions where I watch wrestling and I think I need to get a reaction video out for that. That is a big moment. I need to get a reaction video out because I know that people are going to want to be knowing, like, oh, were people excited for this? Or what do people think about this? Like, people will search for Zelina Vega return on YouTube because they'll want to know, were people excited like me? Like, or were people like Michael Cole? They weren't that excited. Like, how did people react to Zelina returning? People will want to know that. Because I'm interested to know, are people excited she's back? They're not bothered that she's back? Like, I'm quite interested in it. So, the fact it came out of nowhere, the fact it's a genuine surprise, the fact that she'd left and now she's back and it's all, what? Could this lead to the return of Aleister Black? All that kind of stuff, right? The fact that all goes through my head, I haven't had that many times this year. There are next to no occasions this year where I've sat here and thought, I need to get my thoughts out. I need to get a video out. I need to talk about this. I need a reaction video. I need to do something. I need to do something about this. Like, there's very few occasions this year where I felt the need to do that. Because a lot of this year is just, honestly, we've just been bobbing along. We've just done this. I feel like there's been a lot of filler. I feel like there's been a lot of waiting. I feel like there's been a lot of just trying to get through to SummerSlam. And there hasn't been many occasions. Like, maybe Edge last week might have been one as well. Maybe Edge coming back. But the difference with Edge is we knew he was coming back at some point. And he's only been gone since WrestleMania. So last week people asked me, are you excited? And it's like, well, sort of knew he was coming back, didn't we? We knew he was coming back eventually. It's not like he'd left WWE. And we knew he'd definitely be back for SummerSlam. So Edge coming back last week was like, oh, I think this is bigger. I will go on record to say Zelina Vega's return is bigger than Edge's last week. It was bigger for me. Much bigger. Because I know that Edge is coming back. Edge had been rumoured to have a match at SummerSlam. I didn't know it was coming back last week. But I didn't know Zelina Vega was coming back at all. At all. So, like, to sit here thinking that she was about to say Liv Morgan, and she says Zelina Vega, I was like, someone I was expecting to be announced as All Elite. Like, for me, Zelina Vega's return this week is bigger than Edge's last week. And so, I didn't really think, I need to do a video about Edge's return. Because I sort of feel like we all know he's coming back. What do you want me to say? Edge is back. Yay. But Zelina Vega, what? What? Well, what does that mean for Andrade's announcement? What does that mean for Aleister Black? Like, what does that mean, full stop? How did it not get leaked? How has Sean Ross Sapp and, Dave Meltzer not already spoilt this? How do we not already know this? How have we spent an hour before talking about gravy and Zelina Vega's name was not mentioned once? How in 2021 have they kept that quiet? How is she backstage and no one knew? However they did it, keep doing it because I flipping love it. I love being surprised. I love not knowing. I love it. I absolutely love it. That was genuine surprise, genuine shock. Couldn't believe it. Hadn't heard any rumours. It's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And then as soon as she walks out, Michael Cole no-sells it. Pat McCarthy doesn't seem to care. She ends up having a match and losing to Liv Morgan. It's like, oh, brilliant. So, I think it's a big deal. WWE don't. But hey-ho. Hey-ho. Zelina is a beta test for a new spin on the draft. I was shocked, says Airflow Games. To be honest, Vega's return did not excite me. I was not a fan of hers when she was in WWE before, said Peter Griffin. See, I was. I liked her with Andrade. Do you remember we used to do on the watch-alongs, like, her fashion each week? Do you remember she used to wear some, like, absolutely outrageous stuff? And during the pandemic, like, that was actually one of the only things I looked forward to on Raw. Like, if you remember when Raw was at the Performance Center, I remember her coming out, and we used to put pictures up of what she used to wear, because her clothes, her fashion was incredible. The stuff she was wearing was just mind-blowing. And, I mean, like, I was a fan of her, not just for that, but I was a fan of what she did with Andrade. I thought, like, I think back to Andrade versus Johnny Gargano in NXT, and do you remember, like, she was trying to get involved, and then Candice came out. Man, that's still one of my favorite NXT matches. Andrade versus Johnny Gargano, with Zelina getting involved and Candice getting involved. I love that. So I really loved what she did in NXT. When she came up to the main roster, it wasn't really as good. They put her with, like, Angel Garza. It was all right. It was all right. They just get boring, don't they? You just see them week after week after week, and what are they meant to do? I mean, at least she was, like, mixing up her clothes to try and be interesting and whatever, but it's just a bit boring. What happened to Tuck Mysterio? Oh, she did one, mate. She tucked off. Days, Edge last week, Zelina this week, Cena in 2 weeks. Who's next? Also, Kevin Owens, Sammy was absolutely awesome. How is none of them not dead yet? Fight forever. I don't know, but maybe there will be someone next week. You're right. Maybe it was Edge, Zelina, someone else, and we are just building up to, like, the Cena return. Zelina and Andrade were the one thing that WWE did right, says Brian. It was big for me. It made me change my standum, said Liv and Zelina Stan. Vega would have been awesome on AEW. True. Alistair said on his stream that a part of Zelina's deal with WWE is that she can no longer be on Twitch. Yeah, I mean, that was a big part of when she left, wasn't it? There was a lot of talk about that. And I think it was Heather earlier mentioned about the unionization and that being a big part of when she left as well. So, I mean, man, when she tweeted out, I support unions or unionization and stuff like this, I mean, at that point, you'd go, she's never coming back to WWE. But again, that just adds into this now. Seeing her walk out, you go, I mean, I couldn't believe it when there'd been word that she'd gone back to the PC, but someone mentioned that earlier, and that was before Aleister Black got released. And then, so I thought that was it, dead in the water. Like, she ain't coming back if Aleister Black's gone. But, yeah, wow. I'm standing by Jey Uso next week, but I love people's idea about Mia Yim. Yeah, that would be good. Days CM Punk next week. Guaranteed, bud. Guaranteed. I don't see how it can't be. Michael says, I could see Murphy coming back. Do you remember Austin Theory was managed by Zelina? Austin Theory managed by Zelina. I don't. I remember him being a... Oh, yeah, he was. He was a messiah, wasn't he? But I think... Didn't Seth get him because he was, like, sad by the barricade? And was that because he had let down Andrade and Zelina? If he was with him, he wasn't with them for long. I remember him being a disciple. But I can't remember him being with Zelina. I believe you, though. Something in my head says yes. It was just before he became a disciple. So I believe you, but I can't remember it. It's weird to think of Austin Theory on the main roster, isn't it? Like, I feel that Austin Theory is going to go on to be a big star, and it'll be really fun to look back at that little time that he was on the main roster. He was only on the main roster for a very short time, but it's kind of like Billie Kay was on the main roster before she got called up. I remember seeing Billie Kay, and they were pushing her, and she used to come out like in this long, like, satin, I don't know if it was satin or velvet or what it was, She looked a bit like an opera. Like, she had the opera. The Iconics music was her music. And she came out to that. And she had this, like, long, like, purple dress. And she was like, I think she had long gloves as well. And she was not funny or anything. She was very, very serious. She got called up before Peyton Royce. They used her on SmackDown for a few weeks. Didn't go anywhere. She ended up going back to NXT. I have no idea why we're talking about that. Days, he got called up at WrestleMania 36 as a late replacement to the Andrade tag match. I can't remember it. People saying it's 36. I genuinely don't remember it. I mean, in all fairness, I am trying to blank out that whole Performance Center kind of run. I didn't think it was brilliant. I remember the group. It was Garza, Andrade, and Theory. Theory did not fit in with those. They kicked him out because he cost them the win. You need to see an episode of The 70s Show with Matt and Jeff Hardy, says Ryan. Hello. Srikutan. Michael, shout out to you. Returns will be controlled because of SmackDown lost a lot of superstars. Hornswoggle next week. Hornswoggle. Edward said it's me that's going to be on SmackDown next week. Right, well, boom. We're done anyway, friends. Amazing. Yeah, it really takes a lot to, like, properly shock me. I was not expecting that. I was not expecting that at all. So, Zelina Vega's back. I think that's fun. It's not something that, like, you know, you can very quickly now, like, she's back. And I feel like they've buried her already. Like, if I see her next week, it'll be like, oh, okay, it's cool that she's back. But I kind of feel like already it's like, it's a nice moment. It's like, because I just don't get why they used her that way. I don't get it, but trying to understand WWE, you could, do you know what I mean? You could write essays on it. You could do a degree on it. I'm trying to work out WWE creative. But hey ho, whatever. Awesome. Appreciate the support. I need to go. Might have a snack. Not sure. But I need to get some sleep. I know that much. Big day tomorrow. Come on, England. Come on, England. Spain are through to the semi-finals of the Euros. Italy are through to the semi-finals of the Euros. We've got to find 2 more teams for the other semi-final. Will it be England or the Ukraine? Will it be the Czech Republic or Denmark? By tomorrow night, we will know the final 4. We will know the 4 horsemen. The 4 horse countries of the Euros. The 4 horse countries. Spain, Italy, and we need 2 more. Please let England be one of them. Please let England be one of them. Awesome, guys. Thanks a lot for watching. Appreciate the support as always. And hopefully I will see you tomorrow for that massive, massive stream. Bye for now.